Cholesterol, heart and ADHD medication are among the prescription drugs on the Pharmaceutical benefit scheme, which will come down in price. From the 1st of January, the cost will be capped at $25 per script, while pensioners and concession card holders will continue to pay $7.70. Trent Toomey from the Pharmacy Guild says millions of Australians will benefit.
This is targeted cost of living relief.
But some medical practitioners like Dr Nick Coatsworth warn bulk billing rates are still low, and once a patient takes into account the cost of getting a script, the saving is minimal.
If you've just forked out $50 to see the GP, then the $5.60 is not going to look as good.
The opposition will back the government's legislation.
There's a push to harmonise childcare regulations after allegations of sexual abuse in the sector. The Federal Attorney-General will meet with her state and territory counterparts to discuss the issue. Childcare facilities could lose Commonwealth funding if they fail to provide a safe environment. Michelle Rowland has told Parliament the current rules need to be streamlined.
Different states and territories have inconsistent schemes covering eligibility and reportable conduct. They do not talk to each other, and there is no system of national oversight or real-time monitoring.
The campaign for a dedicated state memorial for those who served in the Korean War has received a boost, with the state government committing $130,000 towards the project. The funding will support planning and development, with 3 locations near the Torrens Parade Ground and River Torrens identified as possible sites. Often referred to as the Forgotten War, more than 1,000 South Australians served in Korea, with 13 losing their lives. Now turning to FIVEAA sport, and the Melbourne Footy Club will hold its monthly board meeting tonight after Sunday's disastrous loss to St Kilda. Under pressure coach Simon Goodwin's expected to address directors after the Demons gave up the biggest final quarter lead in history. Meantime, the Demons are also set to face the AFL Appeals Board in the coming hours, attempting to overturn Stephen May's 3-game ban. The wash-up continues from Saturday night's Showdown, with much attention on Miles Bergman's brain fade at the first bounce, where he kicked the wrong way, gifting Adelaide a goal. Assistant coach Josh Carr has laughed it off.
He got a deep entry from it. It just wasn't going our way. So he'll be right. I've spoken to him about it, and it'll be one of those things that he'll look at in 20 years' time and show his kids and go, you know, look at this, just as Dave Roden when he kicked the goal back in the day. So it must be a poor thing.
And Crows forward Ben Keys can relate.
I was playing knee full as a top-up. I think I was maybe 17, playing for the Brisbane Lions reserves, and we were playing the Swans. Got the ball from a throw-in and kicked it the wrong way, so I remember that clear as day.
And a blow for defender Max Michelani. He's suffered a hamstring injury which could sideline him for 4 weeks. Lloyd Meek has signed a 4-year contract extension with Hawthorn amid a strong run of form as first-choice ruck. And at the World Swimming Championships in Singapore, Australia's won gold medals in the men's and women's 4x100 metre relays. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
G'day there at Springfield. Fullerton Road has just reopened after earlier works to fix down power lines. That's near Carrickhill Drive and Mercedes College. Breakdown at Dry Creek, the north-south motorway to the Pulford Expressway. Another breakdown at Paynham Road near Lambert Street and Paradise. First water main getting fixed at Lower North East Road near Day Street. Busy South Road, Edwardstown with a camera today, Wammer Road, Penfield. Pulteney Grammar's school reception open morning is this Wednesday, the 30th of July. Book now at pulteney.sa.edu.au and give your child the best reception. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy and 14 today, a shower or two tomorrow, 13, a shower or two on Wednesday, 14, and 14 again on Thursday. At the moment, 13. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, the troubling toll of SA's algal bloom crisis. Businesses facing uncertain futures. Turbocharging new house builds. Could this solve the housing crisis? The lending shake-up transforming the prefab industry. And we'll have Rory Sloane's expert take on the Crows' run to the finals. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Streaming live via the FIVEAA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
4:06. Good afternoon. On the back of Showdown weekend, the dust has settled and there are two distinct storylines that have emerged as we enter quite a volatile, I expect, Monday footy review.
We're hungry. I don't think we wanted that one to end.
There goes the siren! The biggest win in a showdown in the history.
We don't wave the white flag.
Riley O'Brien, Bergman, he's kicked the wrong way. He's gone forward and has been marked by Footy. Oh, he had no idea.
Definitely a sign of where the two teams are. I mean, clearly one team's on top of the ladder tonight, I think, and the other team's battling to get to the line each week with a few different reasons.
Cook now with his right leg goes straight to square. Fogarty's in front. This is awful for Port now. This is awful for Ken Hinkley.
We've been on the other end of that, and it's really hard from a mental point of view to continue to push, but our guys kept fighting.
Since half-time, they've been non-competitive.
But what have we become?
Yes.
What have we become?
Well, we've become...
That is disgusting. That is unbelievably embarrassing.
Oh, well, we'll answer that. Showdown 58, yeah, Crows smash Port. So what's the biggest story? Crows can win the flag from here, or Port... God, they're in free fall at the moment. What should they do? And it's your show, listeners. We love shows like this where we hand it over and we have your opinion on 8223 Get straight to it. We're getting straight on. Timmy, welcome.
Hello, Stephen. And before you ask, Craig from Rusden is delivering it Wednesday, all right?
Thank you. Thank you. We'll drink that one together.
No, I want you to drink it with the Crows prior to playing us next time, please.
So you thought it was cheeky. So what was it, a Thursday or a Friday? I said, oh, look, you asked me what will the margin be? And I said, well, on paper, I'd say it's 60 points plus. And we take
you were pushing me for a bet, and I wanted to get a margin, and you gave me 60, and I thought, I'll take that.
98.
I needed another 6 goals.
I wished I had a set 100 now.
Yeah. Well, you would have lost. You fool.
Crows beat Port in the wet by 98 points. Again, in the wet. Have you, just digress, have you ever seen Adelaide Oval? There was puddles. There was mud.
We need the rain, you know that.
Oh, no, it's
as
great
far
for
as
the cockies.
the state goes and all the rest of it. But you know what? I don't mind that because you and I played in days where those grounds didn't hold up like that. So...
Well, it was the biggest ever showdown margin, Port's lowest score in a showdown. Crows kicked 17 goals to 2 after quarter time, 17 goals to 2, 8 goals to nothing in the last quarter. Smelt like a white flag to me. Here's Port's coach, Ken Hinkley, post-match.
We don't wave the white flag, but I get the question based on the margin at the end, but I think that's just the gulf between the two teams at the moment. And when at this time of the year, when things go against you, it's no one gives up, no one stops trying, but it can look a little bit like that, and it just looks like every mistake's got a bad outcome on it, so people feel the pressure a little bit more. Yeah, we've all been there, and Nixie said it brilliantly in that opener. It wasn't long ago the Crows were there. Did you think they put up the white flag? Ken's worst loss in 13 years? What's your assessment?
Yeah, you might think in your own head you haven't given up, but 8 goals to 0 says you have. That was a complete capitulation in the last quarter.
Yeah. What's the answer?
I'll get to that at 4:30.
Okay.
I've got some thoughts on what we need to do now, and this is in preparation for Josh Carr taking over.
Well, I sit on the Brekkie team.
Because you sit there right now and you go, what are you taking over?
Well, that's it. But it's been a long goodbye. I said to the Brekkie team, it's like a long lingering kiss from your mother-in-law.
You described it with that analogy, which is quite disturbing.
Well, you don't mind the kiss, but not a long lingering one.
No.
You got 4 more weeks. What do you got? Geelong away, Freo home, Carlton away, and Suns home. Yeah. You need an answer.
And the thing about that, I said right at the beginning of the year, this is a heavy candle to hold for the whole year.
You did say that,
and it's proved correct. And I think 4 losses over 76 points, 3 of them by over 90. It says that you're never in the hunt here.
You made this comment post-match. What have we become?
But what have we become?
Yes.
What have we become?
Well, we've become you can't bring consistent effort.
That is disgusting.
That is it.
As a football club, what have we become? That is unbelievably embarrassing.
Can't, with your DNA of your club, be questioned on your effort. and that's what's happening.
Yeah, that was directly after the game. Campo and I just sat there. You two were in disbelief. But that's the question we want to ask. What have we become? We being Port, Ken at the helm, where you sit now. What's the answer, Port fans? 82230000. You want to elaborate to what we've become?
I sort of had many sleepless moments since Saturday night, and it reminded me of, it's almost as if we did a whole lap. So from the end of 2012, only winning 5 games and letting our coach go in Matty Primus, who, we know was probably left on his own devices too much. He didn't have enough support around him at that stage. So he got dismissed. I feel like we've gone from that moment, and I feel like we've almost done a full lap to come back to, wow, where are we?
Mm.
And it's, again, right at this moment, it looks hopeless. But as you saw over a pre-season, at the end of 12 into 13, they play finals and beat Collingwood on the MCG. So as doomsday as it looks today, that doesn't have to be what happens next year.
That's it. Timmy's assessment at 4:30. What have we become? And Josh Carr at 5:30. Do not miss that. And Port fans, the show's yours. Crows fans, have your say. Now, this was a very happy and buoyed coach of the Crows post-match, Matty Nick.
For our members and our supporters, I love it. Like, if I was a member and a supporter of our footy club right now, I'd be getting excited. I'd embrace it. Like, get out, talk to your mates, enjoy talking about footy, because it's been tough, right? We go back to 2020, and it's not that long ago that we were doing it pretty tough through 21 and 22, 23. So for them, embrace and enjoy it. But we know through last year, our lessons are, that's not our job. Our job's to go out and perform.
Yeah, well said. Crows won the tackle account, all the grunt stats, contested ball, ground ball, the 50-50 ball. They stayed in line. They won every bloody ball. They're the real deal. There's no question about that. There's no talk of lifting lids and all that. He's right. But this Hawthorn game for me is one that I identified some time ago. Hawthorn at home Friday night is an absolute ripper. Spoke to a couple of people at the Crows after the Suns game and now into this one. There are no corporate seats left for their last 2 games, so that's ran off the hook. And people that are silver or bronze or don't have a gold membership are out getting their gold membership, and now that's exhausted. It's amazing what winning does, Timmy. Taking their money to the bank in a bloody wheelbarrow at the moment.
Yeah.
I might have to organise a...
Yep.
That's a chopper noise.
Yes, it is.
Bang. Won't talk about that now, but look, it is. It's bloody exciting. So Crows supporters, as Nixie said, embrace it. Embrace it. Are you enjoying it? Have you enjoyed today? And don't be humble or modest. It's been a long time since 2017. We want a bloody wooden spoon in there. Spruik. Get into your Port mates. I say. I encourage it. Port's new signing, Naz Wanganeen Miller, won a game off his own boot. Have a listen.
It's a 6-6-6. 6-6-6. Total confusion. Here we go. And now, away we go. Marshall. Wanganeen Miller. Siren sounds for the greatest comeback in the history of VFL AFL football. What?
He only had to kick a point.
He did.
But he absolutely nailed it. His actual routine set shot, I watched both of those last quarter goals.
Yeah.
It was almost mechanical the way he did it and so in line with his body. No ball out there, no running on an arc, none of that. Just straight line, and it was just so mechanical, straight through the middle. They were beautiful kicks.
There's always a team worse than you. There's always, it's not as bad as it seems, as good as it seems. It's a real AFL industry thing. St Kilda 46 points down, 3/4 time to beat Melbourne, the biggest 3/4 time comeback in AFL history. I'm not copping this VFL AFL crap in AFL history. 9 goals 2 to 2 points. 9 goals 2.
It's phenomenal.
Melbourne. And then a 6-6-6 infringement. Naz is standing next to the bloke that kicked it, dribbles down inside 50 and he kicked it to him. What is wrong with Melbourne?
Well,
that's a coach killer, that game.
They've almost analysed it to death, but there was real confusion. Confusion on who should be where. And while they were sort of looking at each other, Naz just took off.
Oh, God, that was smart.
And Marshall hit him beautifully.
Didn't he? South Adelaide Sanford women's team have gone back to back to back to back. Well, they did it once and then they had a break and then they've done it again, is what I meant. Beating Eagles in the grand final.
Might look at some icing on the cake for the Panthers. They don't need it, though. South Adelaide create sample women's history with their 4th premiership as they go back-to-back for the 2nd time.
They're a powerhouse down there.
It's unreal, isn't it?
That's a great result.
10 years,
well
that is, isn't it? 10 years of the comp. No,
8
years.
They've won 4. In 4 flags, 6 grand finals.
Yeah.
They
are the dominant team.
The Samful W team could do it. Why can't the men? Need to take a leaf out of their book. Well, they will one day. Hey, and Oscar Piastri wins the Belgium Grand Prix in Spa. His 6th win for the year.
Oscar Piastri wins the Belgian Grand Prix. He beats his teammate to the win by 3.4 seconds. Win number 6 of the season and championship lead extended.
Is that our bloke? That
Not
bloke sounded
Crofty,
like he was singing. No, that wasn't him, was it?
That wasn't Crofty, no.
That was awful.
That's the world feed, I think.
Oh, is it?
Formula 1, yeah.
Oh, he looked like he was singing it. Let's get the words out, mate.
It was the
Don't pretend.
Timu Crofty.
Anyway, he's top of the F1 Drivers' Championship. He can win it. There are 11 races left, and the record for any Australian in F1 this season was 5 wins.
5.
So he's beaten that. Well done, Oscar. Fantastic. So, hey, listen, lines are available. What has Port become was a question Timmy asked after the game. We'll get his answer at 4:30. We want yours, Port fans. And Crows fans, are you enjoying the ride? 822 300 Get to it.
Josh Carr from Port Adelaide coming up tonight at 5:30. So that's appointment setting for Port fans. Nick Murray from the Crows at 5 o'clock. We'll play our new segment, Who's the Heat On? And a $50 Pals voucher up for grabs for our best caller. So get involved. The line, 8223 0000.
Afternoon at Payneham, a breakdown. Payneham Road near Lambert Road. Engle Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. And Flinders Park reports of a crash, Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. Heavy delays citybound towards Grange Road at the moment. Getting busy South Road, Edwardstown with a camera, Bagster Road at Salisbury North. Power up Android on Telstra. Discover great deals on a range of Android devices on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra in-store or online today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Be listening to the 5AA Interactive Lounge this Thursday with me, Lee Forrest. Representatives from Donate Life SA will be discussing organ and tissue donation, raising awareness and supporting families across our state. Donate Life works with medical specialists to provide services and encourage best practice to increase donation rates. If you'd like to know more, they'll also be taking your calls confidentially off air. Catch the Donate Life Interactive Lounge this Thursday with me, Lee Forrest. Call 8223 0055.
What kind of future do you dream of for your child? Catholic schools offer affordable, quality education and nurture values that last a lifetime. Every child is welcome in a supported and caring environment. During Catholic Schools Open Week, August 4 to 10, you can book a tour to come see and feel the difference. Visit the Catholic Education South Australia website to find a school near you. Catholic Education, raising hearts and minds.
Why are we here? What is the nature of reality? Do I really need all that data to listen to history podcasts?
Huzzah! Question everything!
Especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
Now, your old hot water system can drive as much as 40% of your energy bill. That's ridiculous. Now, fortunately, you can upgrade to something that's 70% cheaper to run, and it's going to be better for the environment at the same time.
Right price, yes. It's famous for heating and cooling, solar and roofing, and there's also the leaders in heat pumps and installation. This is amazing. Now's the time to upgrade and save money on more efficient hot water systems. And with the government covering your installation, plus other little subsidies, you could bring the cost of your heat pump down by half.
That's a massive saving, and thanks to Right Price Hot Water, it's more affordable than ever to make the switch. Reduce your energy cost today with a heat pump from Right Price. Now make the switch with Right Price Hot Water.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Hello, this is Roger from Optical by National Pharmacies.
Hey, is there a
20% off sale?
There's no sale.
Oh, I missed it.
No, you can still save 20%.
What?
It's just not a sale.
Then what is it?
It's just 20% off frames, lenses and sunglasses.
So like a sale?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really.
Oh.
You just need a National Pharmacies membership. You can join in store today.
Oh, a membership.
Yeah. With Optical by National Pharmacies, you've got this. Terms and conditions apply.
And here is your room. Have a nice day.
This can't be the place. Is that the bed? Oh, gross!
Nothing like a bug symphony to set the mood. Luckily for you, I can't play any instruments. Next time, chat with an RAA travel agent so you don't have to hang with Chirps a lot over here.
Book an appointment with RAA travel agents and elevate your holiday. RAA, it's better to be a member.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I'm excited about what's in front of me with the job and the players that I've got. There's a number of reasons why you have a bad year, and clubs every year often can have a bad year, and I look at that. I think we've just had a disappointing year, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But in the end, that's just what it is. But for me, it's about moving forward and what it looks like going forward.
At 22 after 4, that is Josh Carr speaking today. And during the ad break, Port Adelaide have rung in. Josh Carr will be joining us a lot earlier than we thought. He's going to be on at 4:45, so set your watch. He'll be on in about half an hour's time on the program. For Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted. Custom design, fixed pricing and a total peace of mind, because trust is a must.
Yeah, they were good words by Josh Carr. Last year, the Crows were 15th on the ladder. Last year, the Crows had a 99% percentage. Last year, the Crows won 8.5 games. So it can turn around, and he can. He'll spike and make no mistake. We're looking forward to that chat. Don't miss it at 4:45. Timmy at 4:30 with what has Port become? That's the big question. Hello, Silvano.
How you going, guys? Listen, I want to talk about Matt Crouch.
Go for it.
In the paper today, he doesn't even get a mention. After last week, I was at the West Adelaide Crows match at Richmond. They took him off at three-quarter time because he was dominating, and I guess to get him into the game quietly rather than flat out. Then on Saturday in the SANFL match, Crows versus Port, 36 possessions. If it wasn't for him, Port could have won that game. Now, the question is, last year he was injured again and he came back towards the end of the season and dominated. And I think the Crows need him back in the centre area because he's just a ball getter, and he's a great possession winner, and they need him. When you look at the players' list of stats yesterday coming from Saturday's game, you see down the bottom there we've got 3 or 4 players who've had 3, 4, 5 possessions. You need Matt Crouch in there, and that'll give the guys a lift for the rest of the season. Yeah,
Silvano, it's great to have him sitting there in the wings ready to go. The other one's Brodie Smith. Now, he could come in this week for Max Michaelini.
Oh, he missed out in the game, didn't he?
And I didn't put that in the opener. 4 to 6 weeks, Max Michaelini with that hammy. Oh, God, that's awful for him and the team. And then there's young Hugh Bond that could come in as well. But, yeah, you're right, Matt Crouch, there's certainly a spoke, but got to tell you what, Chuck Berry's going all right.
Yeah.
2 terrific goals.
Some quiet rumours that he was walking laps today at training with a bit of a toe problem. Short break, Sam Berry.
Oh, they've all got problems this time of year. That's okay.
Hopefully he's okay.
Hello, Pam at Aberfoyle Park.
Hello. 2 things, Rowey. You mentioned the wooden spoon, and Port supporters are quite keen to rub our faces in that, but I believe we picked up Riley Thilthorpe on the back of that wooden spoon.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Let's ask everyone this question.
Sad about that.
Riley Thilthorpe for a wooden spoon. Would you do that deal again?
Yes, sure would. And the other thing, on Saturday night, I had to have a little giggle. There was one of the field umpires had trouble with his laces on his boots, and one of the trainers had to come, a female trainer had to go out and help him tie them.
Oh, that is funny. Pam, beautiful. I hope you didn't get a cold from that. How's the crowd? 46,000. It rained the entire game.
Yeah, Lee Forrest was saying his daughter barracks for Carlton. She stood on the hill.
Let's go to Ken at Morfett Vale. Hello there, Ken.
Yeah, g'day, boys. Well, I'm as happy as a pig in, you know what, being a Crow supporter, crusted on. But I still think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's not forget that on Saturday night, Port Adelaide didn't have Horn Francis. Powell Pepper, Radigalia, and a couple of others I can't think of offhand. Poor old Travis Spoke had a bad night. I shudder to think what it might have been if it was the other way around and we didn't have Riley, Thilthorpe and a couple of our best players playing. So I think we're getting just a little weeny bit too excited.
Well, it's how they're playing, Ken. Forget the scoreline and who's out and who's in. Have a look at the week before the first half against Gold Coast. They're playing a brand of footy that I don't think anyone else is playing. They're connected. Every aspect of it is in order. Now, injuries have been great, but, God, they smashed a team by 98 points in the wet, Ken. I think every fan's got every reason to get excited.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm just, I'm not, spending the money on the chocolates just yet.
Okay, and here's me giving Ken advice about not getting in front of themselves. Now, that's an oxymoron.
What's going on there?
You can only do what you can do.
How professional am I getting, to be honest? How measured? I read a statement to the Brekkie team this morning about my professionalism.
All due credit.
It's uncharacteristic.
Well, I'm looking forward to your response after 4:30.
Well, there's a couple of things prior to that. Just the unique home-style food text. I just want to answer them. There was one from Steve just saying, Timmy, you can't live in the SNFL days. And there's one from Amadeo. He says, Timmy, you can't compare today's football club culture with the club culture from 50 years ago. The sooner you cut that cord, you can move forward. So just to answer those both, one, it's not living in the SNFL. It's not actually about just saying you have to play like we did when we won 6 in a row in the 50s. What it's about is it's just about winning principles. And if you go to any successful organisation, you will see very similar winning principles. And when they're in place, they are very good. And what happens is you get success out of it. Success grows out of that.
And they're like mission statements. And you live and breathe
they're pillars that you don't deviate from.
That's exactly right.
And when you start deviating from them, that's when things go wrong. Yeah. Now, you can go and watch any documentary, whether it be the Celtics. I love that one. I love the Chicago Bulls one.
Michael Jordan,
all of those things. Every time I hear them speak, I think of people that were involved in our era where we had success.
Winners.
And it's the same mentality. It's the same principles. Yeah. They don't change.
No.
So don't think that it's about living in an era. It's about principles of winning.
Yeah, well said.
28 after 4.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If not for the intervention of the state government, Bedford Industries was set to collapse today.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
We are joined now by the Premier, Peter Malinauskas.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Had they gone into administration, there's every chance they would have been liquidated by Wednesday, which means it's all over Red Rover. So what this does is buys us time.
5AA Breakfast.
There's a few upsides to the way we've structured it, but taxpayers' interests has been front of mind here.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Organ and tissue donation saves lives. Register as an organ donor today at donatelife.gov.au or through Medicare. And be the reason someone else gets a second chance at life.
When we say police home care, a lot of people think...
OK, Margaret, I need you to step away from the vacuum cleaner.
When in fact, Police Home Care is an approved My Aged Care and registered NDIS provider, available to all South Australians. For quality aged care or disability care in your own home, search Police Home Care, taking care to everyone.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Bulletin Road is finally reopened after a massive gum tree came down near Mercedes College this morning, blocking the road and cutting power. Doctors have delayed planned strike action by 6 weeks to consider the state government's latest pay offer. Israel's embassy in Australia has declared there's no starvation in Gaza, describing images of malnourished children as a false campaign by Hamas. And Alex de Minaur has forced his way back into the world's top 10 with a stunning win in the Washington Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Paynham, a breakdown, Paynham Road near Lambert Road. Engle Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. And Flinders Park, reports of a crash, Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. Busy for works at Ridgehaven, North East Road near Dale Avenue with a camera, Wammer Road, Penfield. KFC have just dropped 50% off original crispy burgers today only. Get lit with KFC this Christmas in July, only on the app. Pick up only while stocks last. Max 1 redemption. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Cloudy tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 13. At the moment, 13. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hello guys, Matty Johns here. Now, I've learned a little bit about tackling and teamwork over the years, and word on the street is to tackle the big lifting jobs, you need the new CAT forklift on your side. Right now, you can get it for just $29,990 during the United Forklift end of financial year sale. And you're not going to get any better than that for the toughest, most reliable forklift on the market. Yep, so come on people, lift your game, search United Forklifts today.
Tell you what, if you're involved in a club, listen up right now, because footy finals are nearly here, and if you're in charge of presentation night, you know, you need Aussie Ripper Roast. They'll be your MVP for the day. Now, whether it's footy, netball, soccer, tennis, whatever club, this family-run crew has been feeding South Australian Aussies since 1997.
Think mouth-watering roasts, spit meats, classic salads served hot, fresh and buffet style, or go big with the mobile kitchen rolling up with a fully service included.
Both of us can vouch for this because we both experienced it.
I have.
And
Love them.
We used to do it at the Port Adelaide player sponsor nights. We used to bring Aussie Ripper Roasts in for that because they were one of the player sponsors. How good's that?
Feed the man meat, I say.
Aussie Ripper Roast. They've catered for everything from local awards
Is it
nights.
the best Beechwood home ever made?
Sorry, Tim. No, that's all right. I'll give that another go. Thanks, Sam. Aussie Ripper Roasts have catered from everything from local awards nights to full-on corporate gigs. So lock in your club's September event now because July is booking time.
It is. So visit aussieripperroast.com.au. Check out their menus, whatever your vibe or budget. They've got the gear, the team, the tongs to make it a night to remember.
Is it the best Beechwood home ever made? Possibly, but there's always more to come from Beechwood. Introducing the Caliente, now open for viewing. The Caliente is a multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style. Taking inspiration from Palm Springs and California, it's definitely a conversation starter. The team at Beechwood can't wait for you to see it at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 4:30 p.m. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
At 27 minutes to 5, Josh Carr, Port Adelaide's assistant coach, is going to join us at 4:45. So stay tuned for that. Nick Murray for the Crows fans out there, 5 o'clock, he'll be on the program. And your calls, of course, for a $50 Powers voucher on Showdown 58 or anything else in footy, 8223 0000.
Yes, so Port Adelaide lost Showdown 58 by 98 points. It was a humiliation. I was just saying off air there where I speak to obviously a lot of Port Adelaide people, that's supporters, members and ex-players and coaches and the like. And it's funny how each and every one of them said, can't sleep, I'm feeling shame, humiliated, you name it. And you do, because you've got to walk the streets with that, because that margin now becomes history. Just like the 119 haunts us from a grand final, that 98 now becomes the new benchmark for the haunting. So that's the sort of stuff that's on the line. Now, where I'm about to go with this is not so much about what happened on Saturday night. It's about where we're at as a football club and how to fix it. So how do we get better quickly? And that's what this whole premise is about. So, you might be involved in the footy club. This isn't a personal attack at all. You know what it is? It's healthy friction, and you might all be lovely people, but we're not successful and we've got to face up to it, okay? That's what we're doing right now. So Saturday night's just not acceptable in any way, shape or form. We lost that last quarter by 8 goals, and if you say that, we didn't give in or whatever, well, bad luck. The fact is you did. It was just an absolute capitulation, so not good enough. I feel like it's been a culmination of coming and hearing language like it's a tough competition. It's hard to beat them there and all the rest of it. I don't want that language ever coming out, because what is that, Stephen? What do I tell you that is?
That's a outdoor.
Correct, it is.
Jack.
what you got to do is get that sort of language got to come away, and you got to get accountability. So our board at the moment has 7 AFL appointed members, and it has 2 member elects. So 80% of our board don't have a tenure on their time. Now, I think any board should have a cap, should be 3-year terms and a maximum of 3 of those. So in other words, you get 9 years max, and I think you should have an impact by then. You absolutely should have had an impact by then. Yeah. And if not, that's okay. And if you are good enough and we can't replace your skills, we'll keep you on because you are really valuable, really good. But that has to come into vogue because that is just really good governance. Now, I've spoken to somebody that's in this area and says every good board gets reviewed every 3 years. So that should be happening. Now, whether it is, I don't know, but the cap and the tenure, I think just brings about more accountability. And that way, nobody's sitting there because this is about not being comfortable. You can't be comfortable and be successful because the two don't go together, okay? So I'm saying that I reckon for the sake of Josh Carr coming in and to absolutely give him a clear pathway that I would get, you're going to get maybe a bit excited by this, but I've spoken to him in the past. He doesn't want to do it himself, but Brian Cunningham's business is expertise in reviewing. In 2017, North Adelaide Football Club asked them to come in and review them. They finished bottom. Brian Cunningham and his team went in. They reviewed it. They came back with the recommendations and the lot. They followed it to the letter. They won the 2018 flag. Guess who was coach?
Josh Carr.
Josh Carr. So I don't think he would be disappointed at all to hear that Brian's coming in.
That is a great solution.
Expertise were coming in to do exactly this. Go through, make sure that it starts at the top, doesn't it? Yep. Any football club starts at the top, go through and do the board review. Then get into the football department. I'd love Darren Cole and Alan Stewart to be involved in that and have those guys helping with Brian's team because I think they both know Port Adelaide very well. I'd get into the culture. David Armfield. David Armfield is a very, very, very good operator at this level as far as culture goes, and especially our football club. So it's about success. Sometimes can be also about, I remember Bob McLean used to say, running a successful club, the hardest thing about it is keeping the fools out. He used another word, but I'm going to use fools. Now, this can start as soon as possible. This can start now and start it going. We've got to give Josh Carr the freshest start he can get and have the confidence in him I've got confidence in him as a coach. So give him this fresh start. Have it all out there. There's got to be this have-to attitude and there's no alternative, no outdoor. Because when you have to do something, what do? You do it.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the attitude. And I'll talk about sacrificing yourself and sometimes, it might be just having this ruthless attitude to winning. And I sort of went back and I thought, again, Liverpool, I went there and did the tour at Anfield. They go through, they touch this sign as they walk out. They've got the cop, which is on the northern end there, and they go through all their traditions. Now, does that change what the coach is going to do with the players and how they're going to play and all right? No. But it's about having these principles of winning and what they actually stand for and having a club with real tradition and values that they'd never deviate from. And that's what that's about. So for mine, I just paraphrase Foss from the Creed. To be successful, each and every one of us must be active, aggressive and devoted to this cause and have the confidence that each member of both the team and the management will suffer personal sacrifices for the common end. Go and get it done.
No, there's a lot of good solutions there. So to answer this, so what have you become? What have we become? That was your question at the end. What have you become? And reading that, you don't like it. You got a lot of change there, a lot of solutions. So what have you become?
I think, like I said, I reckon we've almost done a 360 back to the end of 2012.
Yep.
But I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as where we were in 2012, especially off-field. I think they've done a terrific job off-field. We've now got to get that right on-field. So we're not jumping off anywhere near as big a hurdle.
Yep.
So it can be done.
So does
make sure it will be done.
Does Ken go out the front door and it's time for Koshy to go out the side door?
Yeah, well, you heard Koshy say the other day on our breakfast show that he's probably closer to the end than the start. Yeah. I think he, if he didn't invite what I just said, then maybe we do have a problem.
Well, and the other thing is I love the review, And I love the fact that...
There's nothing wrong with
Bucky... Oh, well, start it now.
Mm.
You've got 4 weeks to go.
Well, I think I just said that.
You did. 8223 have you say, look, Crows game is in good order. We know that they're absolutely flying in every phase of the game. To win that showdown like they did in the wet, the way they played like they did, to keep them to 35 points was exceptional footy. Here's Matty Nix.
We've had a belief there for a long period of time that we're going in the right direction. At the moment, we're playing there's momentum. We've got some great momentum at this point. And we know how hard that is to keep that momentum. But the guys are doing everything possible just to continue to reset themselves and go on to the next week. And we've been so good in that space. There's still so much to work on, though, but tonight was a pretty complete performance.
Yeah, it was. They won the ground ball. We know that. Contested ball, loose ball, every damn ball. 65 inside 50s for 14 marks, says the opposition was uncompetitive. 12 different goal kickers. The spread of goal kickers is what he liked.
I think that's one of the strengths we have at this point. It's a real balance of performance at the moment. There's not many having 30 plus. The score involvements are spread throughout the group. It's different from week to week depending on conditions or who's, our opposition. So, yeah, it's a good position to be in that we're not reliant on one. But I thought Riley had a great game tonight, as did a number of others.
Yeah, well, Riley Thilthorpe, clear best on ground. 3 goals, 3 goal assists, 11 score involvements, 19 disposals. He had 3 clearances, 22 hit-outs, 9 to advantage, 6 contested marks. It doesn't get much better than that. And just on that, you think about this Crows supporters, 15th last year with a percentage of 99, 8.5 wins. You've got now a fit Thilthorpe. You've got 5 potential All-Australians. You've got about 8 players that are in career best form. You've got a healthy list. And the only changes are Murray Davis. We'll speak to him on Friday. And it's not just about Murray. It's about the sum of all the parts. Peatling, Cumming and Neil Bullen have been amazing. It is an amazing turnaround. And I defy anyone that thought the Crows would be here, knocking on the door of a top 2. They sit second at the moment. They've got a great game Friday. They've got Collingwood to come up. They can finish top 2. And then from there, as we know, dare to dream. Anything can happen.
It's an exciting time for Crows fans in particular. Incoming Port coach for next year, Josh Carr, is going to join us on the other side of this break. And you heard Timmy G just then call in. We'd love your thoughts on the back of his review of the club. 8223 0000.
Afternoon at Payneham, a breakdown. Payneham Road near Lambert Road. Ingle Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. Flinders Park, reports of a crash. Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. Heavy delays towards Grange Road. And got cameras McGill Road, McGill. And Bundy's Road at North Adelaide. Get a complimentary entree size piping hot butternut pumpkin soup added to your dining order at Faster Pasta, but only for a limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hurry, ends soon.
Last chance.
Don't miss it.
Virgin Australia knows there are enough brands shouting at you this end of financial year. So just quietly join Virgin Australia Business Flyer and enjoy exclusive discounts on fares all year. Plus, earn points for your business on your running expenses, like on energy bills with Engie, which is quite wonderful. Join for free at virginaustralia.com/businessflyer. Fair Advantage, eligibility, membership and Velocity T's and C's apply.
Why filter your whole home's water? Filter where it counts most for a fraction of the cost with Puritap. The best place to filter your water is right at the tap. Skip all the rust and gunk in your pipes and filter your water just before it hits your glass with a Puritap. Adelaide's most affordable, refreshing drinking water is just one call away. Cut the chemicals. Get the tap. Call Puritap now on 133 502 or visit puritap.com.au.
Now, it's always nice to have your mates help you out, but what if you need a ute or a van and they haven't got one? Well, that's when you need a mate like Matt from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide.
Now, Matt runs the depot at Avis Truck Rental Adelaide, and he is a dead-set legend. Well, he barracks for the Bombers.
He's having a hard time.
Forget that. He loves Crows and Port. He's up there on Port Road. Now, whether you're moving house, picking up something too big or messy, or you don't want to get your car done, or you've got a family road trip planned, or you're off to the Brossa, Matt and Avis Truck Rental Adelaide have you covered. You want to be a one-stop place. They've got the 5AA mates rates.
Yes,
You can't beat the 5AA mates rates.
Just ask for them. you'll get them. Don't worry. Matt has got it all. He's got moving trucks, big and small, single dual cab utes, 4x4s with canopies, small and large vans, 12 to 22 seat buses. Geez, what hasn't he got? Oh, unbelievable. It's all ready, and it's ready for short or long-term hire.
Oh, I trust you, Cobber. His name's, mate. He's at Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. Always keen to help out. To do this, jump online, avis.com.au, or call this number, 8241 5200.
Hi, I'm Adam from Gutser. We've been relining gutters across Australia for nearly 30 years. Now you can get your hands on our DIY house gutter relining kit. This means you can install gutter liner for under $10 a metre. It's tough, has a 10-year weatherproof warranty, and it's 70% cheaper than replacing your gutters. Go to gutser.com.au to see the installation videos. Buy online and get the kit delivered to your door. Nothing can be finer than Gutser Gutter Liner.
Shane from Drummond Golf, you've been busy turning good golfers into great golfers.
Thanks, Rowey. We have the best gear for golfers at all levels.
And it's not just about getting a new set of clubs, it's the experience and the advice you get when you walk in.
Exactly, Tim.
We always strive to be a complete experience. We're all golfers. We're passionate and we know the sport. Plus, with a price match guarantee, you know you'll get the best for less.
And you'll improve their game with Mini Golf Max, Big Swing Simulators and My Match Expert Fitting.
We certainly will, Rowey.
Well, you've helped me, Shane. I shot over 200 metres the other day.
What, in the right direction?
Yeah, not so much.
I think you're going to need more than one lesson.
Lift your game with Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Other than the first quarter, we were never in the game. We were outplayed around the contest, we were outplayed with their method. It was incredibly wet. That again opens up the margin from personnel. I think for both sides, they have top-end talent. They have a really healthy list, and credit to where credit's due. They exposed us tonight in all areas of the game.
Ken Hinkley at 13-5, post Showdown 58. It's our Monday footy review. Your calls very shortly, but right now for Sharman Shelving, who have moved their showroom next door to the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Yes, well, it was a 98-point thrashing on Saturday night in Showdown 58. We've got assistant coach and coach in waiting, Josh Carr, on the line. Josh, unfamiliar territory for you, mate. That was possibly it is the worst loss in Showdowns.
Yeah, evening, guys. Thanks for having me. It was a tough day yesterday, no doubt about it, to sort of wake up and know what we'd been through the night before. Obviously, the 98-point loss and against the LC arch rivals was bitterly disappointing. Credit to Adelaide. They played a magnificent brand of football in really tough conditions, played tough, and played all facets of the game. Obviously, a lot better than what we did.
Did we go in maybe with a mindset of just trying to stop them rather than beat them?
Maybe a little bit, Timmy, in some ways. Obviously going into the game aware of what their strengths were, and thought of the footy, their ability to score and the way they defend, and I guess with the conditions as well. For us, it was about trying to, bring them back to the contest and make the game a bit sort of messy and sort of keep it to one side. But in hindsight, obviously we didn't handle that too well. Their ability in the contest was magnificent. I thought the way they just sort of busted through our layers of pressure and then opened us up on the other side of the footy was impressive from their point of view. But from our point of view, we didn't give ourselves a chance to go forward and score, which something that in hindsight is something that we should have been better at.
8 goal to 0 last term. I know we heard nobody gives up, but it's a capitulation, isn't it? And does everybody, players, coaches wise, acknowledge that that's just unacceptable?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely unacceptable. We didn't, even on review, I don't think there was a give up to what we did. I think there was a little bit of hope that was lost and what that game looked like from what we were trying to execute to players. There's a number of players that are probably down on form to what we know that they can produce, and those doubts creep in and scoreboard pressure really got hold of us. And as I said, I thought Adelaide's ability to execute was outstanding.
Yeah, Josh, it was a tough one. We've all been there. we all knew all week it was going to be wet and windy. We knew that the grunt stats were going to count. And if there was one thing I was going to put my hat on with Port Adelaide, it was that you'd bring that. Crows had 27 more tackles. Contested ball, they were plus 24. They won the 50-50 ground ball by going in low and hard. I can go on with all those grunt stats. 10 free kicks because they're in first. I didn't see that coming, did you?
No, well, I think, if you look at the contest itself, the amount of free kicks that we gave away was pretty ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
And there was a big difference in free kick count, which was not wrong. It was, their ability to get their head over the footy and get there first and win that free kick count. The ground ball after quarter time wasn't too different.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, their ability just to handle and not cough up the footy and win that loose ball was definitely a big factor.
Bergman's first touch, he kicked the other way. It was marked by the big fella and he missed the fog. Did anyone speak to him about his mindset of that? I mean, that's quite amazing that could happen in an AFL game with the first possession of the game.
Yeah, look, he had a big job. It was him versus Dawson. He obviously had a fair bit of thought going into what that role looked like. Was bloody great body work to get Dawson out of the road and win that first possession. But yeah, not the greatest way to start a game, but you know what? It happens.
Yeah, very cool.
We've seen that happen. We've seen D-Rod, kick a goal and celebrate it back in the old days and kick the wrong way. So who knows? Could be a enough thing.
God, that Zach Butters is a warrior.
Yeah, he is. He had a pretty tough tag with Peatling early, and he just sort of gutted his way through it and kept at it. He's got a special ingredient, that he just keeps going and he doesn't stop. And obviously he's a really good leader, and he plays a brand of footy that we really love.
Oh, we absolutely love him. I thought he was a shining beacon on how to play with effort every week. I'm just wondering, how does he pull up? Is he a bit still too young? Or he pulls up all right, Josh?
He pulls up all right. He's a little bit sore. He's a little bit sore today. But that's just, that's the nature of the way that he goes about it. That's the way that he plays, and he's a professional, so he looks after himself. He'll be okay.
Josh, you were at North Adelaide in 2017. The club finished bottom. I believe Brian Cunningham and his company came in and did a full-on review for you guys. Tell me how that went, and do you think Port Adelaide could benefit from that expertise right here and now?
Oh, well, I think the easy thing to say is it went really well because we won the flag the next year. A lot of the time when you do get those reviews, it's very reinforcement more than anything, and I felt like that was probably that. It was reinforcement about what we were doing really well. Now, I think at AFL level, I think clubs are really good these days at continuing to make sure they're reviewing their everything about their off-field to the way they coach to administration to whatever it is. I think AFL clubs do that really well these days. And if you think that clubs aren't doing that, then it's not saying you're kidding yourself, but it's that's continuing to be better. Teams are striving to be the best in the competition. You look over the road, you look at other sports to see where you can improve, and we're doing that. There's always change coming at different football clubs, and obviously there's definitely change coming to our football club at the end of the year.
Dylan Williams, he kicked 7, got a sub role, unfortunately, didn't get much time, went back, kicked another 6. Is he clever enough to earn a recall?
Well, you've got to argue that he's putting his hat in the ring, no doubt about it, with the goals that he's kicking. He's very smart footballer. He's very crafty. We've seen that at AFL level, even as a halfback, with his ability to read the play. And if you can get the ball in his hands, he's such a great finisher.
Joshy, have you contemplated or discussed, has anyone from above tapped you on the shoulder or talked about taking over now? And is there any merit in that?
No, there's been no conversation about it, no talk about it, and I don't think there's any merit in it. I think we've got 4 weeks left in the season. We want to finish strong. I think that's just throwing another spanner in the works with too many moving parts to what it looks like. Ken's been super committed, and I think we owe it to him to be committed to him and finish off the season the right way. We had a great meeting today from a playing group perspective, but also coaches about what commitment looks like for the last 4 weeks. And I think you'll see a pretty motivated group. We got our personnel challenges with the back end of the year, but at the same time, that doesn't take away your ability to go effort, but also play a brand of footy that we want to play.
I know we mentioned about Zach Butters. I thought Alir's effort and the way he's playing, and he's obviously got a injury that he's carrying. I just probably wanted to give him some credit the way he went about it on Saturday night.
Yeah, like he had, all those backs had their challenges, didn't they? With what they'll come up against, and the Alir, got off to a bit of a shaky start, but he definitely had some really good moments through the game. And again, I don't think he stopped trying through the game. I thought he competed really hard for the whole night.
And young Sin on Rankin, that's probably another part that he can step up and develop a bit more on. That was good.
Well, yeah, and I think you got to, that's one of the great things about, I guess, the season that we're having. Sydney comes in. There's been some doubts on him in the past about, his body and where it's at and his footy, but I reckon he's been a real highlight this year. He's had some pretty big scalps, and you wouldn't say Rankin was a scalp. Rankin still, played some good footy, but it's not the footy that we know that he can play, and we thought Josh did a really good job.
Josh, thank you for coming on. We know it's not easy when you get smacked like that, but all the best in the next 4 weeks.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
That's Josh Carr, assistant coach at Port Adelaide.
Yeah, it's tough. You got Geelong and Geelong, Freo here, Carlton away, and then the Suns.
Yep.
And have you got any Calvary coming back?
No. We've lost a couple more.
Who have you lost?
Well, Lukosius injured himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Calf.
Yeah, he did a calf.
Lockie Jones had a bit of an incident with the court.
I was going to say, did you do the game or not?
Oh, God. Timmy,
you were there.
I know you don't care, but I understand.
Well, there's a bit of that, but there was one team that had the ball and the other team didn't. So I didn't notice the team that didn't have the ball.
All for Sharman
Can't argue with
Shelving.
that.
Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door to their big white building, still at 412 North East Road. It's 3 to 5 news time. Nick Murray coming up from the Crows next, and your calls on our Monday Footy Review.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
They said launching a ute in Australia was an uphill battle, and the new Kia Tasman wouldn't have it any other way. With 4x4 tech built for tough terrain, it's Kia's most Australian vehicle yet, featuring low-range gearing, ground view monitors, and auto rear locking differential in select models. The Kia Tasman didn't reinvent the wheel, it just got dirty. The Kia Tasman, here now at your local Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
If you eat too much junk food or drink too many sugary drinks, toxic fat can build up around your vital organs, releasing dangerous levels of chemicals that bring heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancer closer. When you think of toxic fat around your vital organs, making some small changes like eating less junk food or drinking less sugary drinks is no big deal. Visit sa.livelighter.com.au today. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Head to the Excelsior Hotel every Thursday and get $10 off steaks. The Excelsior Hotel, 110 Coghlan Street, Brompton. Feels like coming home, but better.
For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. Join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. Walco.com.au.
On now, Harvey Norman trade in and save on LG. Save big on a huge range of LG home appliances and entertainment. Trade in and save up to $500 on selected LG TVs and soundbars. Trade in and save up to $500 on selected LG fridges, dishwashers and laundry. Trade in and save up to $150 on selected vacuums and microwaves. Trade in and save on LG at Harvey Norman now. Best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
If you've seen Aldi's low prices, you may have thought they're having a sale, but they're not. And here's how you can tell. If there was a sale, I'd be talking like this and saying, hurry, on a megaphone while a time bomb ticks and dollar signs flash before your eyes and your ears ring with a cha-ching. But there is no sale, just low prices every day at Aldi. So you can sit back, relax and enjoy the soothing everyday sound of an Aldi checkout. Aldi, good different.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Cloudy tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 13. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Public sector doctors have delayed planned strike action by 6 weeks to consider the state government's latest pay offer. The government made a revised offer this afternoon, which the union will now put to members. Up to 1,000 public hospital doctors were set to walk off the job for 24 hours on Wednesday. In place of that, a stop work meeting will be held at the Convention Centre to discuss the new offer starting at 10 a.m. The Premier and Cabinet have visited the Yorke Peninsula today to see the impact of the algal bloom firsthand in what the opposition has labelled a PR stunt. It's announced up to $100,000 for commercial fisheries and aquaculture licence holders hit the hardest, along with $10,000 grants for small businesses. Oyster grower Steve Bowley's grateful for the support.
For me, this is now 85 days since we've sold an oyster. 85 days without any income is a bit tough, and we are doing it tough. And this gives us hope and optimism that we've not been forgotten about.
Businesses can apply for the grants from 9 a.m. tomorrow, and the state government's committed to processing applications within 15 business days. Israel claims there's no starvation in Gaza, arguing the terrorist group Hamas is perpetuating a lie. The international community is urging Israel to increase food and medical drops to the war-torn strip. It follows images showing malnourished children and their parents on the verge of death. In a speech, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Hamas is hampering aid efforts.
There is no policy of starvation in Gaza, and there is no starvation in Gaza. We enable humanitarian aid throughout the duration of the war to enter Gaza. Otherwise, there would be no Gazans. And what has interdicted the supply of humanitarian aid is one force, Hamas.
Police have arrested a man after an investigation into a series of fires in the city last week. A Guja Street restaurant was damaged by fire early on Friday morning after a bin outside was set alight. A second fire was lit in a laneway on Moonta Street a few minutes later. Detectives have now arrested and charged a 50-year-old man of no fixed address with 2 counts of arson and 1 of attempted arson. Labor claims the opposition's failed to learn the lessons of the federal election loss as divisions emerge over net zero. A group of national MPs are pushing the coalition to dump its support for the emission reduction target. The party is conducting a policy review, which is being led by climate skeptic Matt Canavan. Federal Energy Minister Chris Bowen's ridiculed the situation during question time.
This is a reminder, when you have these reviews underway, appointing Senator Canavan to review net zero is a bit like putting Coldplay in charge of Kiss Cam. It doesn't necessarily lead to a happy marriage.
Australian reality TV star Matt Wright has pleaded not guilty to all 3 counts of attempting to pervert the course of justice. Lily Greer was in court.
More than 3 years on from a chopper crash that claimed the life of his co-star Chris Willow Wilson, Matt Wright is in Darwin for day 1 of his trial, facing 3 counts of attempting to pervert the course of justice. Matt Wright walked into the Supreme Court building alongside him, his defence team and his wife Kaya Wright. A small crowd of media was waiting there, but there was no drama and Matt Wright had nothing to say as he entered the building. Matt Wright has pleaded not guilty and this trial is expected to run for around 5 weeks.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Port Adelaide coach in waiting Josh Carr says they can't afford to dwell on Saturday's record-breaking Showdown loss.
Obviously super disappointed, but I guess our job as coaches and players is to try and move on quickly and start focusing on Geelong.
Well, Jack Lukosius could miss the game against the Cats with a calf injury. And bad news for the Crows with defender Max Michelani suffering a hamstring injury. He could be out for up to 4 weeks. Lloyd Meek has signed a 4-year contract extension with Hawthorn as he enjoys another standout season in the ruck. The 27-year-old says he's benefiting from good coaching.
A lot of hard work and a lot of behind-the-scenes work, and I feel like I'm just a product of being shaped by the people around me and coming in with an open mind, a good attitude and a willingness to do the work, and then everyone else has just poked and prodded me on my way.
The AFL Appeals Board will tonight hear Melbourne's challenge against a 3-game ban on Stephen May for rough conduct, while the club's board meeting is expected to hear from coach Simon Goodwin about their disappointing season. Alex de Minaur has won a 10th ATP tennis title, taking out the Washington Open. And today, Pogačar has cemented his status as the greatest cyclist of his generation, winning the Tour de France for a 4th time. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Ingle Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. Flitters Park, reports of a crash. Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road, heavy delays through there at the moment. And slow for works at Kilkenny Road near Jeanette Street. Currers Church, Torres Walkerville and Coventry Road at Munopara. Woolworths Spring water bottle, 600ml 24-pack was $9.50, now just $8. Lower shelf prices on hundreds of products from Woolworths. While stocks last, may not be available at all stores or online. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyomaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 13. A shower or two on Wednesday, also 13. A possible shower Thursday, 14. And then fighting up on Friday, 15. At the moment, 13. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, the troubling toll of SA's algal bloom crisis. Businesses facing uncertain futures. Turbocharging new house builds. Could this solve the housing crisis? The lending shake-up transforming the prefab industry. And we'll have Rory Sloane's expert take on the Crows' run to the finals. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
And we were that last year, a very young group, and we acquired players. Our list improved 12 months on with guys developing organically and continuing to develop, and then this year came around and we've been able to get the process right. There's been a couple of weeks we've been a bit off, but the majority of the season we've got our process right and performed.
It's a big Showdown footy review. 8223 It's all about your calls tonight. We'll get back to them in just a moment. We've got our new segment as well to play this hour. Who's the heat on for a $100 voucher to Home of Fire at Norwood? We'll go around the grounds in the Adelaide Footy League from the weekend, and we are live right now on the Renella Hyundai live stream on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to find us and watch the show live, you can do so on our 5AA socials. Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Well, Crows were simply too good and tough in the wet for Port. It was a record win, record score, and kept them to 35. Joining us is one of the back six that helped, and that is a gun. His name's Nick Murray. Nick, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
What an impressive team win that was.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, they went in with a bit of heat. Obviously, showdowns are always pretty fiery, but for the boys to execute on pretty early and, for that to follow through for the most of the game was, it's very impressive.
Yeah. I think to play like that in the wet is commitment. Your contested ball numbers, your tackling, your ground ball, all those grunt stuff, stats that you like, staying in line and all of that. The coaches would have been bloody happy with that. You set yourselves for it, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think going in, obviously, with the conditions, we knew it was going to be pretty tough. And, for the boys in the midfield to get it done early and, the boys up forward to... I think the biggest thing I took out of it was just how clean we were at ground level. I know you feel the guys, Filthy and Fog, these taller types, for them to execute at ground level and then for the other guys to pressure up forward. I think that was the difference in the game.
The back six versus the Suns in the first half, I wanted to give you all votes, was superb. The forward line are getting, all the accolades because they're multi-dimensional and they've been superb. There's no question about that. But I thought this week's game was about your midfield. Sam Berry, Peatling's job on Zach Butters, Saligo's second half, his last quarter, your stoppage numbers, they were very disciplined. But what I'm loving about that group at the moment, I haven't even mentioned Dawson in there and Rankins every now and then, it's their two-way running, the pressure they're putting on the opposition when they've got it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something we went into and maybe something that we haven't been as good at. Previous years are able to get us on the offensive, but those boys went to work over the pre-season and it's showing now, the maturity of Saligo and those types. And I think all the guys you just mentioned are, under that 24 years of age. So, it's obviously very impressive, and I think it just shows we're out as a team. We're starting to really mature and, hopefully some exciting times coming up.
And Nick, were you, with Port Adelaide's hurried entries inside 50, did you sort of notice that from your position? They were certainly under the pump, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I've noticed that all year, to be honest. Different to previous years where they've able to have time and space, and obviously playing on the better forwards, it's really hard to nullify their influence when that's happening. So, I've really noticed the work of Neil Bullen and Keezy when their backs or mids are trying to exit. Just the pressure they're putting on up the field is making our job a lot easier.
And Alex Neil-Bullen, just listening to him, now I imagine he's like this out on the field. He's a coach in waiting now, isn't he?
Oh, he's amazing. The way he speaks, I think, when he speaks up in team meetings, everyone just stops and listens because what he has to say is so beneficial. And, the impact that he's had on our club, in the 6 to 8 months that he's been here has been, so good and so lucky that we've been able to get him over here.
How's your knee, Muzz? How's your chassis? You looking like every week you're moving better?
Yeah, it's good. Very happy that I ended up having that clean out. After that FIVEAA game, it just wasn't feeling right. And, to have that and, build a bit of a base now. Obviously had some time on the sample. And, every week I'm feeling more and more, at the level. And hopefully can just get back and have some continuity with my footy just because the last, obviously, 18 months has been pretty stop-start off my ACL. Even coming back last year, didn't get back to where I wanted to. And, obviously started off the year how I wanted. But then to have that hyperextension was pretty disappointing. But, hopefully now I can just, put a good stack of games together and, really start to make an impact.
Well, you're going to go deep into September. It's a good time to be sound. Max Michelini was the only downer with a hammy. They're talking 4 to 6.
Yeah. I didn't see Max the actual incident, but I saw him obviously at three-quarter time. It's pretty disappointing. He's had such a good year, and a bit annoying for Maxie. But I think he's missed one game in the 50-odd games he's played. So it'll be obviously disappointing, but there's a lot of guys coming through now that are, knocking at the door, and that's something that we've been able to add this year, a lot of depth in our footy club. So Max will be sorely missed, but it does bring an opportunity for someone else.
You're playing the smartasses. You're playing the Hollywood Hawthorn Friday night. Another exciting challenge for you?
Yeah, very exciting challenge. Obviously, Friday night under lights. These are the games that, we wish to play. Should be a good crowd at Adelaide Oval and, going to be very exciting.
Who will you get, Lewis, Deer or Gunston?
Not 100% sure, to be honest. They're all pretty crafty players and had their own attributes. I think I'll sit down the next couple of days with Jack Homsch and sort of nut that out and see how it looks like. But, I think they're all in pretty decent form.
Yeah. We had the big hooer in here, Riley O'Brien. He said Josh Worrell's a lock for All-Australian. What a year he's had, Muzz.
Oh, it's amazing, what he's been able to do. Yeah, I think coming in, obviously that Gold Coast game last week, and just sort of sitting back in a way and just seeing what he done and how he went to work. It's been amazing. Obviously, his growth has been pretty noted as where he's come from. He's quite raw, and Jimmy would have talking to you about some of the stuff he done early days was pretty not unprofessional way, but just needed to learn the ropes, and to where he's got to now is very amazing.
And Nick, I thought the Jordan Sweet and Riley O'Brien clash, that was one of the entertaining things, I suppose, that a Port supporter could take. I thought those two really went at it well.
Great duel.
Yeah, very good. Obviously, Birdo's been in superb form, and Sweet. I think these back months has been pretty solid footy. So for those guys to go at it in the conditions, it was a good battle all night.
And that second half by Saligo, we were sort of worried that maybe he was carrying something in the last couple of weeks and just finding it hard to run on top of the ground. But he really let it go in that second half.
Yeah, he's a star. You would have seen some of his groundwork stuff. He's super clean, as were a lot of the guys. Jake, he's a real professional. He's always in doing extra touch, extra recovery. So, for him to have that second half, I was really pleased for him, and I think it's a sign of things to come for these next, however long we're in for.
How's the lambing going? The farm going well? Is Nettie helping you? Where's that all at?
Yeah, he's helping. In between that and his boat, all the ewes have finished lambing. I just need to try to get out there this week at some time. But, yeah, I mean, we've had a fair bit of rain over the last few days, so it'll be nice to get out there and see how much is in the gauge. And, yeah, but it's all looking green, Rowey, which is nice.
Okay. Apparently Ned just bought some alpacas. Are you in that deal?
Yeah. No, I went halves in the alpacas, so can happily say that they're on one side of the farm and the sheep are on the other. So worst investment the farm's ever seen.
Nick, you can't eat an alpaca, mate.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm trying to sell them off, but no one wants them. So
well, there's a reason. They're good for nothing, mate. You should have rung me. Oh,
exactly
God.
right.
Well, you've made a mistake this year anyway. Hey, have a great week. Expectations are rising, and so they should. The fans will enjoy it. You guys will knuckle down. Hawthorn Friday night. That's the big one for me. I had my eye on this one some way out about lifting lids and all sorts of crap, Nick. Mate, keep up the great work. Finals coming up. Stay sound because we need you. Well done.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks, guys.
See you, Nick.
Good. It's good with that, the depth now. So to think Max Michaelani will go out, and he's hard to replace, but there's a kid by the name of Hugh Bond who's very good one-on-one. Then there's another bloke called Brodie Smith. And then when Butsy went out, Nick Murray came back in. Like, they've started to get some good coverage with depth. There's a couple of players they couldn't have viewed.
You wouldn't want any more in the next month, though.
No, probably not. And that's true. But, you know, you wouldn't want Riley O'Brien to go down or a Riley Thilthorpe. And I've touched my head 100 times. There are blokes that are irreplaceable.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Do you want that shampoo again?
Yeah, I have, haven't I? Been touched my head. 5:15. We love your calls.
And just before we do, whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, always remember you can customise your build with our friend Sterling Holmes.
Okay.
Shane's at Dublin.
G'day, Shane.
What? Dublin in Ireland or Dublin here in Adelaide?
Up the road.
Oh, you fickle. Sorry. To be sure. What do you got, Shane?
To be sure.
Yeah.
Just a bit on when we do make the grand final. The Crows, I'm talking, not Power. But I hope it rains.
Oh, yeah.
We were so good in the wet.
God, they were good. They were clean.
Yeah, they handled it a lot better.
Oh,
and it was we were noticing it during the call. It was just so distinctive.
Yeah, well, we got to get there first, Shane. Don't go doing a me and get the horse before the car.
I said if we get there.
Good boy. Have you got your gold membership? I don't think you can get any of them anymore. They're sold out with the Crows.
No, I have 7 silver seats.
Okay, you need to update.
Right next to the opposition cheer squad.
Oh, good man. All right, Shane. Enjoy it, mate. Matty Nick said you're allowed to enjoy it, so enjoy it. Hello, Chris.
Thank you for taking my call. Fellas, Tim, I'm really excited for that review idea. What have we become? I think we've become a club with weak culture that does not hold its people, not just its players, to account. I'm really glad you brought up the review of the board because my gripe is with the CEO. We are 4 years, I think, into a strategic plan that promised 3 grand finals in 5 years, 100,000 members. I'm not sure where we are with the members. But serious questions need to be asked, and it's pretty damning. 4 losses plus 75. I'm excited for next year because we're not going to get comments like finals are scary, and I think we just give a bit too much respect to the occasion. What do you guys think?
Good call, Chris. Fair calls, yeah.
Good call.
And that's the language I was talking about in the opener, Chris, just changing that language. And it's the power of suggestion. I talk about it a lot, and pardon the pun on the power bit, but just being able to suggest the narrative of where you want to go is really important. And good leaders do it, and they take you down that path of where it needs to go, not to another path. So, Chris, thanks for your call, mate. Appreciate it.
Well, the Josh Carr I know, there's a few words he's got a good amount of mongrel in him, and he loves mongrel, and he's said that to us. He's an uncompromising person. He's an uncompromising person for his demands on you, and you can have the same demands on him. That's how he played. That's how he lives. Just have a look at his record. That's why I asked him the question. I'd have him in the chair now, and I know you don't agree with that. You want him to have clean air and all that sort of stuff, but you ever kissed your mother-in-law and had a long, lingering one? That's what it feels like at the moment.
I think John came in earlier and said, why is Rowey doing that?
Yeah, well, I shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sam at Marion. G'day, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Good day, boys. Yeah, Timmy, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And just little things. I remember when you were coaching your first year and we beat Centrals at Alberton and you said we try and make sure not to lose at home. Just little things like that.
Protect your
You don't lose to St Kilda at home wearing a retro Guernsey for starters. Then you lose to Sydney at home and you have to win them games. And then you get belted in finals at home, Timmy.
Yep.
In finals at home.
Yep. Don't like
and we have become mediocrity, like, you know, let him Rioli fester and fester and fester. You look at his Guernsey on Saturday, unfortunately, he's just about bursting them bars. The prison bars are just about bursting.
Yeah.
Well, we won't fat shame because poor old Toby Green didn't. He was going to cop a fine. Remember, as he's walking off, he said,
Papley started it, though.
Yeah, well, he did. Well, yeah.
Papley started.
I
he
love
had to
what
go
Toby Green said.
They let it go in the
Green
end.
went back at him.
But they should. That's just... So you can't fat shame now. You can't be homophobic. You can't be racist. All those things are fine. But surely you can call someone fat.
Well, that didn't get any sanction in the end.
No.
But that's right. You should be able to.
Fat shaming.
You should be able to. Can you say now your mum wears gumboots?
Well, they're just society standards.
So, yes, what the AFL do...
What can you say on a footy
Because
field
I've
now?
worked at the football club, I know when they come around and do their seminars and the like, one of the things that they do with players is they go through exactly what you're talking about, and they say, okay, this is a homophobic slur, this is not acceptable, this is racism, this is not acceptable and the like. They did mention, this is, and I must admit this is probably 8 seasons ago, but they did mention about if you call a player fat and the like, well, you probably, it's okay because they can change that. So it was about what they could change.
I've got you.
So if you said your mum wears gumboots, well, mum can go and change her shoes.
She can. She can put high heels on.
So you can have a go at the gumboots. I don't like your gumboots.
Yeah.
So that's where the angle was, is if it's something that a person can change, then it's sort of...
So then I'd say you couldn't say on a footy field your mum's fat because she can change that, but she's also ugly.
She can't change it.
No. That's I'm in trouble.
Wow, we found the limit. Wow. It's 22 after 5. We might need to get back
to the straight and narrow.
That
was a wasted lesson.
It was.
More of your calls next. Here's your roads.
G'day there at Engel Farm. A large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. Flinders Park, reports of a crash. Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. And we're busy on the drive home South Road through Mile End. Quite slow, Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. And look out for works at Kilkenny Road near Jeanette Street. Cameras to Kettleville Terrace, Kent Town, and Diamant Road at Salisbury North. The Pinnacle Foundation helps LGBTQIA plus youth realise their full potential. Find out how you can help at thepinnaclefoundation.org/awkward. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Agatha Christie's breathtaking masterpiece. And Then There Were None. This best-selling crime novel of all time is now a brand new stage production. A tale of 10 strangers lured to a solitary mansion off the English coast. And Then There Were None. Directed by Robin Nevin. Opens August at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book at andthentherewerenone.com.au.
Ugly's in the eye of the beholder. Good comeback. And the other one, but at least Mum can get cosmetic surgery. But, John, she'll end up with those duck lips and a forehead like a sight screen.
Joan Rivers always reminds me of that.
God.
Poor old Joan.
Australia's cheaper home batteries program is here. And it's your chance to save thousands on a new home battery system. With up to 30% off battery installation, NRG Solar can help. You can't. Well, they will claim the rebates worth up to, wait for it, $18,500.
Yeah, look, whether you're adding a battery to an existing solar or starting from scratch, this is the moment to act. NRG Solar are ready to help you maximise your savings. And yes, systems installed from now are eligible.
They're a great team. NRG Solar, one of the first on the market, been the longest on the market. They are your local experts. They'll guide you through your options and help you lock in the rebate. Visit nrgsolar.com.au, call 1300 858 160, 1300 858 160, and get ready for lower bills and real energy independence. 1300 858 160.
Hurry in to Decor Extras for a massive lighting clearance sale. Save up to 80% on floor lamps, table lamps and pendants, including lighting shades, from just $5 to $50. So rush in to Decor Extras now. 48 Henry Street, Stepney.
Australia, the wait is over. AC/DC are back. Power up at the BP Adelaide Grand Final, Sunday, November 30. One of the world's greatest rock bands, AC/DC, with special guests Amel and the Sniffers. Limited premium concert viewing tickets into areas A and B still available. All tickets include access to the BP Adelaide Grand Final on Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
Last month, we serviced around 11,000 vehicles, more than 1,500 Fords, 1,200 Holdens, 1,000 Subarus, 800 Isuzus, MGs, BMWs, Mercs, Audis. That's right, over 11,000 people trusted us with their pride and joy. Automasters, isn't it time for you to switch and save? Call 1300 Automasters or book online. All centres offer repair now, pay later options. So switch and save with Automasters. Great service, guaranteed.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
At 26 after 5, our Monday footy review. It's about your calls, 8223 0000. And after 5:30, we're going to play our new segment we started last week. All thanks to the home of fire at Norwood for a $100 voucher. Who's the heat on? And you go in the running to win a $10,000 wood, gas and electric log fire package. So get involved with that very shortly.
Yeah, it was a 98-point thumping, the Adelaide Crows on Port Adelaide Saturday night. Andrew says, I've never seen mud on the Adelaide Oval. The Crows still kicked 20 goals, 8 in the last quarter. Heavy rain over 3 quarters, that says it all. Just about does, but I reckon this man might add to it. G'day, Dave at North Haven.
Timmy, Rowey.
Hey, mate.
I'm not going to talk about the game, Rowey, but congratulations to your team. I didn't say it on Saturday. I said my piece on Saturday night after the game. But anyway, this is my review, Timmy, yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me say a few things, and you can say what you want after. I've got to go home and do something. Anyway, 2 years for Carey. An option, if he doesn't get any better than we've done this year, kick him out. You get assistant coach from the top 3 clubs that played in the grand final. One of the assistant coaches, yeah? And he can take over. Don't worry about chasing 18 to 21-year-olds. Do what Collingwood done. Do what Adelaide's done. Do what Geelong have done. Do what Gold Coast done. Pick 23 to 27 that are just out the first 22 of all those top clubs and just mix them around. And then Hardwick, I told you I wanted him as a coach a couple of years ago, but we appointed Hinkley again, but they weren't. And the players that are very skinny, that come out of a concentration camp for the last 3 years, put them in the gym, and if you don't put on 3 or 4 kilos, don't bother coming out training. And one for Malera Wanganeen, if there's someone they need, I'll swap Rosie for Malera Wanganeen any day. And this other thing about touching hands, yeah? I watch this touching hands all the time. We can kick out on the full, we can do a bad pass and we go touch hands. So we run over 20 metres to touch someone's hands and the opponent we're supposed to be standing on moves somewhere else. Then we've got to find where he is and go and stand him. And he's already buggered from air anyway, yeah? This touching hands, where's it come from? I've got no idea. And he finishes, put him as a fitness coach or want to do with the fitness people.
Excellent, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Good list there. The touching hands thing, I know what he's saying. He's sort of like somebody's going over to go, oh, don't worry about it, mate, that sort of thing. And then, geez, where's my mans? Don't sacrifice that for
but
that.
But all clubs do that.
Well, they sort of do. I think there is a time.
Their way of getting around each other.
I think there is. You can still yell out.
Yeah.
Yell out. Well done, Rowey. Good work, mate. Go again.
Mods rang me today. We had a chat about he's doing the variety. I love Mods. And he's in the car and we're talking. I don't know, somehow 93 come up and he kicked 13 and then 10 and then 5 and then 8 and that. And he said, I was watching some of these highlights that came up. It wasn't him watching it. He said, there was no high-fiving, getting around and jumping up each other and all that. He would kick a goal out his clacker and he'd just go back to full forward and Aries would stand him and then someone else would stand him and then kick another one and there was no
It's funny, isn't it?
Massive celebration.
I went for a long...
He kicked over 100 that year and we weren't over the top back then.
I went for a walk with a mate today and I actually spoke about the day Scott Hodges broke the Sandford record and kicked 152. We didn't even know. We did not even know because the focus wasn't on that.
Yeah, but they all
the focus was on winning the grand final.
But that's right. But they all know.
The milestone or whatever.
Oh, it's his first goal, his last goal, his 100th goal, his 600th goal, his this goal, his that goal.
That is.
How about just play the game?
That is so secondary to the task at hand, which is today to win this game. Afterwards, I'll give you a tap on the back.
That's exactly right. I think that's where he's from. I mean, it's just the modern football. I mean, and after the game, they make a lineup and they all shake each other's hand and hug and get off. Just get the off.
No.
We're going to take your call straight after this with some pretty hot takes going on at the moment. We want you to tell us who's the heat on. 8223 0000. Get your calls in now for that $100 Homer 5 voucher.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Public hospital doctors have called off their full-day strike on Wednesday. The Nationals may dump their support for achieving net zero emissions by 2050. Wildfires are continuing to burn across Greece after temperatures in Athens reached 44 degrees on the weekend. And a big night for the Melbourne Football Club with a board meeting and an AFL appeals hearing. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Goodwood, a crash, Goodwood Road near Lily Street, just near the Capri Theatre. Reports of another collision on Goodwood Road. This one's at 5 Ash Drive, just up near Panorama there. Ingle Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. And Flinders Park, reports of a crash there too. Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. Camera, the Parade, Kensington Park. Guzmani Gomez's chicken mini meal, a big eats at a mini price. Mini chicken burrito with free-range chicken, fries and drink, just $12. Grab yours today at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Cloudy tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 13. At the moment, 12. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Steinborner has done it again. The Jack T9 Ute has landed at Jack Motors in Gawler. Enjoy a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited K warranty, 7-year roadside assist and 7-year capped price servicing. The Jack T9 impresses with a turbocharged diesel engine, 4x4 dual-range transmission, 3-tonne towing capacity, and it can easily handle a full-size Aussie pallet with a 1,045-kilo payload. All this from $39,990 drive away. Jack Motors. It's well worth the trip. Gawler, Barossa and Clare or at gawlerjackmotors.com.au.
Marge, those folks at Gilmore's really were terrific. I told you. Not only did they fit me in shoes to suit my bunyips, but they handled the paperwork for my care package.
Oh, I didn't realise they did that.
Yeah, I got some really lovely shoes. The package provider sorted out the payment and worked with Gilmore's to make sure I got my shoes.
Well, now that your bunions aren't so sore, why don't we grab a coffee and do a few laps of the park?
I'd like that. It's been a while.
Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
Well, Complete Windscreens is a South Australian auto glass company that's RAA approved.
That's
been around
true.
for 50 years. Family owned, Timmy. I mean, honestly.
Actually, they're all facts.
They are. We're an SA fleet provider. If you're insured, you can pick your repairer of choice. Now, here's the thing. I'll just go through a couple of things we've done in the last week. Polish the windscreen of a 1975 Cadillac. We do it. Our competitors, the big ones, can't. We fixed the rear glass of a Golf soft top convertible. And they're near impossible to fix them. But we've got guys with experience to be able to do it. A moonroof on an Audi. Because it's leaky. So we're not just a front windscreen, a back, a side, a door, a quarter, a truck.
It's any glass on your car.
If there's anything, well, what does the word complete mean?
Complete.
Everything. Complete windscreens, anything to do with a car that's got glass in it, complete windscreens.
All this time, I've been hoodwinked.
Get that bloody red koala suit on and get down there on Main North Road and wave it around. We do the stuff the others can't do. And eventually you'll just Google or you'll come or you'll ask if you're on the live stream.
I'm just
Timmy's
practicing.
like a koala. What would you charge an hour to sit out there on Main North Road?
Oh, a couple hundred.
Be free.
Hang on.
Anyway, the name is Complete Windscreens. It's South Australian. You can pick your insuring
Correct.
of choice.
Don't get fooled by that one.
Calibrate, cut glass, polish glass, chip repair. We do it all. South Australian company, that's the main thing. And we all love looking after each other.
Yep.
CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
Your daily cup of OTR just got a whole lot richer. Buy NEC coffee for a chance to win $1,000 daily when you scan the OTR app. In September 2, T's and C's apply. SAP 25/835. OTR. Serving up seriously good coffee.
Hands up, who wants more customers? FIVEAA is helping local businesses grow their brand and reach more people. Join us at Jarmer's Kitchen in Bowden on the 2nd or 3rd of September for a free session with audio marketing experts. Learn how audio campaigns can drive real results for your business. Spots are limited. Don't miss this opportunity to amplify your brand with audio. RSVP now and choose a time that suits you at audiorsvp.com.au.
On the 5AA Sports Show, Who the Heat's On. Thanks to the home of fire. Call now, 8223 0000.
It's 25 minutes to 6. It's all thanks to the home of fire. They're at 126 McGill Road, Norwood. They've got up to 50% off sale at the moment for all your flaming needs. Our best caller in this next 10 minutes will win a $100 home of fire Norwood voucher and be in the running grand final week for the $10,000 heating package, a wood, gas, electric log fire package. Outstanding. So get on the phone right now.
Awesome.
Who's the heat on?
That's all you got to say. Just give us a call.
I reckon you go first, Timmy.
Well, look, mine's pretty obvious, isn't it? The heat's on Port Adelaide after the weekend, 98-point thumping, the worst in Showdown history. So, as I suggested earlier, I would love to see Brian Cunningham's company go in and do a review. I'd like him to do it at board level first and then work his way through and come out the other side with a nice...
That's called a whole of club
review and a nice direction for Josh Carr moving forward.
Okay.
And I think he could do that very well. And now I know I've spoken to Brian in the past. He said, no, I'm too close. But his company could do it.
Okay. I like that. I like the smell of that.
Just a little sneaky one, because it is the home of fire. I'll tell you what, who was on fire? And the Sire Wanganeen Miller. That's probably one of the best quarter of footies I've ever seen. That was amazing.
So he kicked the goal to draw from being 40 points down?
46 points down. And took a hanger.
Then goes into the middle.
Yeah. And then the 6-6-6 error.
Sprints forward, takes a mark, peels it through. That was amazing. He is a star.
So the heat's on Port to get him.
Yeah. Well, who's the heat on? Well, it was so easy to say Port Adelaide. You're right. I think it's on David Koch now. I think the heat is on him. But anyway, my Friday night game is against the Hollywood Hawks. They come to Adelaide Oval. My heat is on the Hollywood Hawks. Don't come here and think you can push us aside. Now you've got a couple of players back. They sit 5th on the ladder. There's 5 teams on 52 points. I'm including Suns on that. They've got a game up their sleeve that says that's it. 5 teams. They got Crows, Collingwood, Melbourne's Cozzy and Lions. Crows, Collingwood, Lions on their run home.
The top 3.
They could be in all sorts. The heat's on them. So get rid of the Hollywood crap. Get down and get dirty. Play the footy that your coach used to play. Unsociable, hard, contested footy, or you could just about slip out of the 8. Wow. And it could start with this Friday night game.
The Bulldogs have got this pretty easy run, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're on 44 points. They're going to have to win all 4 to really push themselves up.
Okay.
Yep.
Who is the heat on? We love the team from home of fire. We've got a $100 voucher. Let's go to Nan.
G'day,
Hello,
Jack.
Jack.
Today, I'm still processing the kiss your mother-in-law theory.
Here.
But it's a lingering one. You know, it's a peck on the cheek and then nick off. It's not an embrace.
I reckon one Graham Corn might be under the flame going to the wrong place of work on Saturday morning.
He did. They had outside broadcast at the showgrounds. He turned up at the 5AA station.
No.
You're kidding?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, Jack, that is definitely heat. That's Bunsen burner stuff.
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, Jack.
Good
that's
nomination,
Jack. Like it.
That's a good. Did you read his article in the paper on the weekend?
No, I missed it.
God, he writes a good article.
What do you talk about?
Oh, about Stephen May. He was 100% spot on.
Speaking of that, that's at the appeals board right now. So we'll know probably in the next hour whether he's getting himself a 3-match ban or not.
Read Stud's article. God, it was smack on. Hello, Brian.
How you going? I reckon the heat's on the big whore.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Why?
To kick another Jack side next week.
That was a good moment.
Yes, that was
12 different goal kickers, and we gave him goal of the day.
Yeah, well, rightfully so.
You had to.
Rightfully so. It was quite a special moment.
Hooah.
He tried to give it off 3 times.
He did too.
And then he checked
because Keezy was sniffing around.
Yeah.
Hasn't he endeared himself to our listeners?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Who'd have thought the Crows would go from 15th to second top? And who'd have thought that Rolly O'Brien would be an All-Australian, clunk marks, do all the things he's done, and love our listeners?
Yeah.
Not just yet. But
He's been outstanding,
hopefully
hasn't he?
he does get All-Australian.
Keep calling in, 8223 0000 for a $100 Home of Fire voucher, and you're in the running if you're the best caller tonight for the $10,000 Log Fire package.
That is awesome. And just keep calling. Ken's on the line. G'day, Ken.
Ken.
Oh, g'day, boys. I think, seriously, the heat's on Simon Goodwin.
Yeah. That was a nasty one on the weekend.
Crow and a great player, etc. But I really think the heat's on. He's under the pump.
It's a tough one there at Melbourne, isn't it? And you don't know. It sounds like they did everything they possibly could in the pre-season to try and mend some wounds, with the likes of Petrarca and trying to get Oliver back into the group and get the trust back there. And I reckon Max Gorner's had his hands absolutely full trying to manage each and everybody. And it's been a difficult year. And then they haven't really got started at all, have they? Sometimes you go, wow, they look all right, and then they just fall away.
A $100 Home of Fire voucher. You've got to get into the shop. It's brilliant. You go into the running when you're in that to win the 10 grand heating package. It's all thanks to Home of Fire. So who's in the Bunsen burner? Who's the blowtorch on? Who's the heat on?
Well, so far we got Cornsey under the pump for going the wrong venue. We've got Brian for another check side goal for the big hooah. And we got Ken with Simon Goodwin at Melbourne.
All right, your calls, 8223 0000 is the number to call. It's 19 minutes to 6. Your calls, we'll keep them coming straight after we take a quick break here and check your traffic.
Goodwood, a crash, Goodwood Road near Lily Street, just near the Capri Theatre. Reports of another collision on Goodwood Road. This one's at 5 Ash Drive, just up near Panorama there. Engel Farm, large pothole getting repaired on Bridge Road near Montague Road. And Flinders Park, reports of a crash there too. Holbrooks Road near Hartley Road. Camera, the Parade, Kensington Park. Guzmani Gomez's Chicken Mini Meal, a big eats at a mini price. Mini chicken burrito with free-range chicken, fries and drink. Just $12. Grab yours today at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Back for another year. We'll be hitting the fairways for 5AA's All-Star Golf Day, and we want you to join us.
Join me, your favourite 5AA presenters and some sporting superstars for a great day out on Friday the 17th of October at the stunning Glenelg Golf Club.
Bookings include golf for 4, on-course food and beverage package, 2-course lunch, an amazing guest speaker, and much, much more. So book your group now at 5AA.com.au.
It's all thanks to Phil Hoffman Travel, official sponsor of 5AA's All-Star Golf Day.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
You got leaky gutters? Don't call a tradie. Call on your inner DIY hero. Guts' clever gutter relining kits let you fix the leaks yourself, and you can do it fast. Now, you don't have to rip out the gutters, no sky-high bills, just the smart waterproof liner, and you can roll it in the existing gutters all by yourself, and it's for under $10 a metre. Now, it's like giving your gutters a second life without the drama and the huge cost of replacing them.
I've come a gutser.
Yeah.
But I love a gutser.
Yeah.
Gutser. It's easy enough to do on a weekend. If you can handle a lawnmower, you can certainly install a gutser. Gutter liner. G-U-T-T-S-A. See, it's a play on words. Gutser. Come a gutser. You ever come a gutser?
Oh, plenty of times.
Oh, God. When I was little, we had little drags. You go over those little jumps, and I used to sit on the sissy bar with my brother.
Yeah.
Used to come at guts, huh?
That's
And
correct.
you'd come down on that banana seat and you'd get a few...
You needed the liner.
Okay, here we go. And the best part is it's backed by a rock-solid 10-year warranty. See how simple to install it that is? Even I could do this, gutser.com.au.
Yes, and as Adam, the owner, would say himself, nothing can be finer than a Gutser Garter liner. I'm actually hearing that too often. Take a look today. Visit gutser.com.au. That is GUTTSA.com.au.
The King Living Winter Sale ends Sunday. Save up to 50% on Australian-designed, award-winning furniture. So why buy ordinary furniture when you can come home to King? Sale ends Sunday. Shop online or visit a King Living showroom today.
Who can fix the shower? Service today. Who can fix the power? Service today. Yes, we can, is what we say. Service today. Every time you see our bright yellow trucks in your area, we're helping out your neighbours. We can help you too. So for the best plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling work, call Service Today 24/7. Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say. Service today. Call 1300 Service.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. From the boardroom to the ballroom, from the hills to the beach, Your Say Group Catering will cater for any event. YourSayGroup.com.au.
Searching for the perfect private school? On July 31st, The Advertiser reveals Australia's top 100 private schools, ranked on academics, facilities, subjects and more. The best schools in education? That's news to me. Only in The Advertiser.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 14 minutes to 6.
On the 5AA Sports Show, who the heat's on? Thanks to the home of fire. Call now, 8223 0000.
All right, back to your calls, 8223 0000. Ian's at One Tree Hill.
Hey, Ian.
G'day, guys. Great win on the weekend. Hey, I think the heat's on Matthew Nix, and why I think that is because they've got a goal to finish top two at least, and the heat is on to finish top two, not top four, but top two. That is the goal. That's what he wants to do. The heat's on Matthew Nix.
Well, that's a big one, Ian. He's 15th last year and he sits second on the ladder and he's playing the best footy ever. Oh, I think it was Kane or someone said he should be Coach of the Year. I agree with that. Who's the Coach of the Year right now?
Yeah, well, Adelaide had the biggest rise.
Well, you'd have to say Matty Nix and Murray Davis in the team.
Hardwick for getting Suns in there for the first time might be an option.
Say hello. Yeah, well done.
But look, I understand where Ian's coming from.
Yeah. Well, from here they should.
You know what I mean? It's back to the ruthless attitude.
Well, it is. And Ian, well done. But let's look at it. Hawthorn won't be easy Friday night.
No.
Collingwood home won't be easy.
But
the other two
home.
will be easy.
You've got to say you get a home advantage, do you not?
No, I think he's right. That's a good call.
Great one. Outstanding work. All right, for our $100 Home of 5 voucher, you're in the running as well for the $10,000 heat package.
Well, the three of us should vote.
Who do you like?
I'm going Jack for Cornsey going the wrong venue.
I'm also going for Jack.
I am too.
It's unanimous.
Brilliant.
What? Do it.
No, all right. All thanks to Home of 5, 126 McGill Road North, where you can find it. And they got a 50% off sale at the moment for all your flaming needs. And we'll do this again next week. Home of 5.
I love it.
I reckon the heat might be on Miles Bergman to kick the right way next week. Can we play the call of him? So the first ball of the day, won by Rolly O'Brien. He did some great body work, Bergman, got his man out the way, Dawson, and then punted it 15 metres out directly in front.
Laced out Fogarty.
Rolly O'Brien, Bergman, he's kicked the wrong way. He's gone forward and his feet marked by Fogarty. Oh, he had no idea. The heat's on him.
That's iconic now.
If Fog had kicked the goal,
hang on.
and I said it's over, didn't I, Timmy?
Go to a happy place.
Poor Timmy.
Go to a happy place.
Now, I had a number of people text me during the week say Kim Hodgman did the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
If you can remember that game, give us a call, 822-388-88.
Yeah.
Kim Hodgman did exactly the same thing, the start of a game.
Yeah. There's been a few moments like that, hasn't there? Let's go to
Jack.
Grange. G'day, Jack.
Howdy, boys. I love where the Crows are going, but that's not what I'm ringing for. Since the COVID years, the AFL have decided at the start of the year to give us a draw up to round 15 and then it goes on beyond that. Now, I just want to draw on a couple of teams from this year if I can, because I love watching footy, but come Thursday night and Friday night, I'm not that enthused of late. The two teams I'm talking about are Essendon and Carlton, who at about round 16 last year were both in the top 4. However, Carlton hung on to 8 after losing 4 of their last 5, and depended on who won or lost in that last round as to whether they made it or not. And Essendon finished 11th. Now, at the start of the year, the first 15 rounds, they got, a plethora of Thursday, Friday, Saturday night games. And that's fair enough because they're still the big teams in Melbourne. But when it comes to the split component of the draw, this year, on the 14th of May, round 10, Essendon sat 10th and Carlton sat 11th. If I can just give you a few quick stats to reiterate my point, because I just don't know whether Channel 7 or the AFL determine where the prime time component kicks in. And
It'd be more Channel 7.
But it is both.
It'd be more Channel 7. But
Can I just rattle off? Round 16, Thursday night prime time, Carlton lose to Port by 50. Essendon has a bye. Round 17, Friday night prime time, Carlton lose to Collingwood by 59. Essendon has a non-feature time slot. Round 18, Thursday night prime time, Carlton lose to Brisbane by 37. Saturday night, Essendon lose to Richmond by 9 in a game that had only 46 to 37, an abysmal game. Round 19, Thursday night, Essendon lose to the Giants by 48. Saturday night, Carlton lose to Melbourne. Carlton win against Melbourne by 8 points. Round 20, and we're just talking a snippet of the season here. Thursday night, Carlton lose to Hawthorn by 24, and Friday night, Essendon lose to the Bulldogs by 93. So within the rounds of 16 to 20, those two teams have lost 8 primetime games. Two teams, one finished in the 8 and one barely hung on to the 8 last year, by 320 points, an average loss of 40 points, and had one win between them of 8 points.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, just to back you up, you're not going to believe this. Essendon have actually complained to the AFL and said they don't want Thursday nights anymore.
Really? Jack, can I just
keep going.
A couple more things. So this week we get a reprieve. We've got 2 teams in the top 8 play each other on both Thursday and Friday night. Next week, Friday night we have Essendon play Geelong, and Saturday night prime time we have Carlton play the Gold Coast. In round 23, prime time, Essendon gets another gig, and in round 24 they play each other. Those times have not been announced. I'll guarantee they're somewhere up in the clouds, waiting to get Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And someone's got to be held accountable. At the point when the split round is redrawn, you have to have a look at what the performance of the teams are.
Yeah, I think Greg Swan will get onto that, Jack.
100%. Yeah. Well, it's just another job for him. How was this round? Dogs smashed Bombers by 93. GWS's second half killed the Swans. Suns whacked Lions by 11 goals. Freo walloped the Eagles. Cats destroyed North. Jeremy Cameron kicks 11. That's 101. And Crows took Port to town by 98.
So I can sum it up for you. It's the 4th biggest average margin in the nine-game era. It was an average margin over the weekend of 57.4 points.
Well, I think teams have checked out.
Almost 10 goals.
And this wild card thing's starting to look a bit more seductive.
Oh, enticing.
Well, teams have checked out. North are useless. Eagles are useless. Bombers are useless. Carlton are useless. Do I keep going on? Anyway.
There's probably about 9 games that matter to the end of the year.
That's exactly right.
At least they've been consistent.
It's not healthy. Yeah.
Let's go to no longer. G'day, Mike.
G'day, Stephen and Tim. 2 things. I think the coach of the year, except for the Collingwood coach, the coach of the year is the coach who coaches the premiership team.
Yeah, it's fair call.
I think Collingwood, if they had to do what the Crows and Port have to do every second week of the season, they wouldn't even be in the 8 with all those over 30-year-olds. I mean, Nick Dacos can only do so much. Now, that's just one thing. The other thing is, what have we become? I'm a Crows man, but I can see Port Power, not Port Magpies, but Port Power. You've got to build up your tradition. You're in the AFL. I can see them, if they don't make the 8 next year, they'll get very close. I've never been a fan of Hinkley. I think you lost 3 that was more embarrassing. Those 3 finals at home on your home turf by more than 12 goals. Is that right?
Oh, we've had some big losses in finals at home, Mike. I think one was to GWS, one was to Geelong, and one was to the Bulldogs. So, yeah, those ones really did sting. I'm not sure what the margins were in those, Mike, but, you definitely want to perform in finals because that's where you're judged at the end of the day. You can win as many minor round games as you like. When you get to finals, that's when you're judged.
Hang on, Rowey's laughing.
Oh, there's a text come through, Unique Homestyle Foods text, and it's from Mitch from Wagen. Now, that's my brother-in-law. He listens. He's a carpenter back home. He loves you, Timmy. He loves the show. But this is the funniest thing I've read. You know, after the game, were you a bit emotional and you couldn't talk? And you, what have we become?
Oh,
what have we become?
I didn't say it like that at all.
Well, how'd you say it? Can we play it?
Yes. Hang on, we'll have to find it again.
We'll find it, but this is Mitch. I think the heat's on Bambi. Timmy's question about the team was so heartfelt and emotional that it made Bambi asking where his mum. Was a general inquiry. That's funny. That is, Timmy, that is funny. Have you got... Give me Timmy after the game. No, he was.
Here's Timmy after the game.
But what have we become?
Yes.
What have we become?
Well, we've become what we... You can't bring consistent effort.
That is disgraceful.
Turn it down. But you did say it like Bambi. What have we become?
That's very funny, Mitch. Mitch, if I had a prize, I'd give it to you.
Mitch, very funny. That's my brother-in-law. Hello, Rosemary.
Just a general inquiry.
How funny is that? Hello, Rosemary.
Oh, dear.
Hello, Stephen and Timmy. Firstly, don't go too hard on that poor player that kicked the wrong way. I think it was kind of Rosie's fault because they might have said they were going to go that end because sometimes they do. And I think he was so engrossed in, this is not my point, but I think he was so engrossed in the emotion that he can be forgiven for that. And we didn't score the goal anyway. So there you go. Didn't cost too much.
God, I wish Fogg had to kick that goal.
Yes, but don't go too hard on him. That was
he's a star, that boy.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.
But and Timmy,
Yes, Rosemary.
I would hate to have been your wife home when you got home. I was very disappointed in the way you acted, but I mean, all I could think of was his poor wife is going to cop that when he gets home. But anyway,
Rosemary, you haven't met Angela, have you?
I think it's the other way around.
It's the other way around, yeah. Stephen. She's madder than me, Rosemary.
Timmy in a headlock. Sooners, look at you.
Oh, and honestly, I'm glad she didn't watch the game Saturday night, and I'm so fortunate that she didn't. Believe me, Rosemary, it is the other way around.
6 o'clock news.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Save up to $4,000 per suite on luxurious Kimberley expeditions with Silver Sea and Phil Hoffman Travel. Cruise for 10 days in all-inclusive luxury aboard Silver Sea's Silver Cloud. Sailing from Broom's stunning beaches to Darwin's tropical shores, the awe-inspiring horizontal falls and the untouched beauty of Ashmore Reef. Cruise departs 24th of July 2026. Book now to enjoy up to $300 exclusive onboard credit with the Platinum Cruise Club. Visit pht.com.au.
Get into Chemist Warehouse for big brands to help you feel better at prices that'll make you feel even better. Like Cristaderm Antiseptic Cream 10 gram is just $7.99. For relief where it matters, stock up on Prune Lax 80 tablets, just $10.99. Go Healthy Go Turmeric range starts from $29.99 each. Go get it. And finally, the Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard 100% whey 2.27 kilogram range is $135.99 each. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
Come on, Grace.
I can't. My bunyips hurt.
Your bunyips?
Yeah, I can't walk as fast as you. My bunyips hurt.
I think you mean bunions. Haven't you been to Gilmore's like I told you?
No, not yet.
Well, I was so happy with the American SAS shoes I bought, I went back and bought another pair. Now I'm walking without worrying about my bunions.
How about we go now? I'm sick of my bunyips.
Good idea. I could do with some slippers too.
Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
Life's a journey. As you grow older, every step should bring you more of what you want. And at ECH, they understand that. As one of SA's largest retirement living and home care providers, ECH offers more in every sense. More help at home, more support with your health, or the perfect new home to downsize to. ECH won't tell you where you should be, but they'll always support you to get more out of life. Visit ech.asn.au or call ECH today.
Why filter your whole home's water? Filter where it counts most for a fraction of the cost with PuriTap. The best place to filter your water is right at the tap. Skip all the rust and gunk in your pipes and filter your water just before it hits your glass with a PuriTap. Adelaide's most affordable, refreshing drinking water is just one call away. Cut the chemicals. Get the tap. Call PuriTap now on 133 502 or visit puritap.com.au.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Cloudy tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 13. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. A 24-hour strike planned by public sector doctors on Wednesday has been postponed. It follows a revised pay offer from the state government this afternoon. Instead, doctors will hold a stop work meeting on Wednesday morning to discuss the offer. It'll be held at the Convention Centre from 10 a.m. to midday. The Premier has met with oyster farmers at Stansbury, crippled by the toxic algal bloom. He's announced a small business grant announced last week will be available in 15 business days for those who are eligible.
Now that's obviously warp speed in the context of government grant programs, but we are really determined to make the impact on the ground as quickly as we possibly can.
The opposition has slammed the government's belated regional visit as a PR stunt 5 months after the algal bloom was first detected. Labor has seized on divisions in coalition ranks over whether Australia should pursue net zero emissions by 2050. Michael Paggy has details.
A group of National MPs, led by Barnaby Joyce, are urging the opposition to dump its support for net zero, arguing the renewables target is punishing many Australians through higher power prices.
This is about a great threat to our nation.
But the Nationals' political partner, the Liberals, argue energy policy is being reviewed following their election loss. Leader Susan Lee has told Sky News a joint decision on the way forward will be made in good time.
Everything has to be considered and people have different views.
The Albanese government says the opposition can prosecute their arguments, but the net zero policy will continue to be rolled out.
The cost of prescription medicines will be reduced to $25 a script from January next year. Pensioners and concession card holders will still pay $7.70. Federal Health Minister Mark Butler says the initiative will make medicines more affordable.
This again will save about 5 million Australian patients $200 million a year. Cheaper medicines aren't just good for the hip pocket, they're good for health.
Israel's embassy in Australia has declared there's no starvation in Gaza, describing images of malnourished children as a false campaign by Hamas. World leaders have called for more food and medical supplies to be allowed into the war-torn strip. Anthony Albanese believes Israel's breached international law by restricting aid. But in a briefing in Canberra, Israel's rejected the claims, insisting it has complied with its obligations. And Google Pixel 6a users are being urged to update their phones after several overheating incidents. Product Safety Australia says phones bought between June 2022 and April this year can pose a risk of fire or burns to a user. The update creates a new battery management system. Now turning to 5AA Sport, and Port Adelaide coach in waiting Josh Carr has hosed down talk Ken Hinckley could walk away early after their Showdown drubbing. He says he's committed to the club till the end of the season.
We're committed to making sure we try and finish off this year as strongly as we can, and Kenny's been amazing in making sure that he's making decisions that best fit for the footy club.
Is he hurting?
I think everyone hurts when you come off the back of a loss like that. But you front up, you get back to work on the Monday and you try and get better.
And forward Jack Lukosius could miss their next game against Geelong with a calf injury, and bad news for the Crows as well, with defender Max Michelani suffering a hamstring injury. He could be out for 4 weeks. Alex de Minaur has fought back from the brink of defeat to win his 10th career title at the Washington Open. He was 5-2 down in the final set, but fought back to beat Alejandro Davidovich Fokina in a tiebreak.
I think the mentality, the mindset, I'm very happy with where I am at the moment, how I'm dealing with things on and off the court.
And Oscar Piastri is celebrating after his 6th Formula One victory of the year with a win in Belgium. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Crash at Goodwood clearing up at the moment. Goodwood Road near Lilly Street, just near the Capri Theatre, and another one on Goodwood Road. This one's at Panorama, just near the cemetery, with delays outbound, but good news there too, that is clearing. Ingle Farm, large pothole getting repaired. Bridge Road near Montague Road's a bit bumpy through there at the moment. And look out for a camera, Harris Road at Vale Park. It's hot and it's spicy. Flight Centre's Asia sale is on now. Save up to 60% on tours, cruises and holidays. Hurry, on sale until August 17. Book now at Flight Centre. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 13, a shower or two on Wednesday, also 13, a possible shower Thursday, 14, and partly cloudy Friday, 15. At the moment, 10. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you. I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. SA's public hospital doctors postpone this week's strike. The daughter of a man shot dead in a struggle at Manapara West has warned those involved that revenge is coming. Plus, federal government law changes to deliver cheaper medicines for many. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. You can start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
6 minutes after 6 here on our Monday Footy Review. Still time for your calls tonight. 8223 0000. Get involved. And then the 5AA Sample Show coming up from 6:30 with Matt Panos. And of course, we'd love you to get yourself prizes here on 5AA, and we've got a really good one here right now. 8223 0055. If you want to grab a hold of Pepper's Truck Wash Cleaning Products Pack, we have a stack of them here. So call in now, first caller through. Pepper's Truck Strength Cleaning Products for your car, caravan, boat or home. You can search Pepper's Truck Strength as well online.
Absolutely. Welcome to the jungle there.
Yeah. They're a great team. They've got that car wash down there at
Grand Junction Road.
Oh,
yeah,
bloody
awesome.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Ray, I was actually with him on Saturday.
He's a good man, isn't he?
His truck washes.
Oh, brilliant stuff.
Boat washes. Your glasses washes.
Does the lot.
Does a good job.
Hey, yesterday we saw one of the greatest footy moments, probably the year, maybe the decade for all we know. It was that good a finish. Saints up against the D's, and Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller did this.
It's a 6-6-6. 6-6-6. Total confusion. Here we go. Yeah, and now, away we go. Marshall, Wanganeen-Miller. Siren sounds for the greatest comeback in the history of VFL, AFL football. What?
There you go. It was an incredible moment. He'd had an incredible game, but the way he was able to execute those two set shots for goal, they never looked like missing, and the routine was magnificent and the like. But where probably the coaching point comes in and the leadership on the ground came in was the 6-6-6 rule, right? Now, I know a lot of people have said, hang on, they should have got a warning. They'd already had a warning that term.
There you go.
So they broke it and they got a free kick paid against them, Melbourne.
Yep.
What happens after that was total confusion.
Yep.
There's fingers being pointed everywhere, players not really in the position they probably should have been, and it was just a disaster. Now, the opposite of that, you look at Rowan Marshall and Wanganeen communicating, they indicate to the forwards, push over that side, push over that side. So they all went to one side, allowing a hole, and Wanganeen-Miller just sprinted into it.
Sat in it.
And Marshall hit him, and he gets that magnificent shot at goal, which he only had to kick a point, but he nailed it with a goal. But here's Simon Goodwin, the Melbourne coach, on how they just didn't get it right.
It's a pretty simple process to get 6-6-6 done. You need to communicate and get organised, and we didn't get that done. As I said, that's on us to get that done the right way. We'll have a look at it, how it played out, why it played out, but it shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's a tough thing for them. Melbourne now 6 wins for the year.
Awful season.
Sitting 13th. they've had a tough year at it, and that just when you're in control of a game that much, to let that go in the last quarter. Well, it's a world record, 46-point victory.
Yeah.
World record. I sound like the Americans.
It's
an AFL record.
Just on Naz Wanganeen-Miller, that was an awesome game. He'll get the 3 Brownlow votes. This kid's a star, an absolute star. And I thought, well, where did he go in the draft? It was 2021. And he went pick 11, and I remember it vividly, and I was working with Bix, and we said, well, there's a kid called Naz Wanganeen-Miller. He's a local lad. Surely the Crows and Port will be all over him. And I know Port were trying to get down the line a bit because Naz was going to go around, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went at 11. It was a really unusual draft because there were a lot of father-sons, and I'll go through that in a minute. Port Adelaide got Josh Sin at pick 12.
That's right.
He was the one after. Crows got Josh Rochelle, pick 6.
Oh, that's early.
So that's right. So they were all over it. They could have got Naz Wanganeen-Miller. Now, it's believed he's going to be on a 7-year deal worth $14 million or whatever the hell it is, like massive numbers, but Crows could have got him. So it's unfair to say this, Josh Rochelle or Naz Wanganeen-Miller, because back then you got to understand, you go for the talent you want to get. But have a listen to this draft in 2021. Pick 1, Jason Horne-Francis.
Oh, yes.
Pick 2, father-son, Sam Darcy.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Pick 3, Finn Callaghan.
Oh, the GWS.
Strong start.
God.
Very good.
Hang on,
Wow.
it even gets better. Pick 4, Nick Dacos.
Oh,
he was father-son again. Now you have to bid for father-son.
That's right, yeah.
His brother got given to bloody Collingwood because it was the end of a first round and all that, but they've changed all that. And then you throw in the Naz Wanganeen. I could say all the others, but that could potentially go down as one of the great drafts, 2021.
Somebody, I can't
the
remember
year
if it was
after
Mick
COVID.
McGuan or not, somebody reworked that draft and put him in a different order where he sees him at the moment. And I know Wanganeen-Miller was a lot higher up that
Will he be higher
chart.
than 11?
Yeah.
Nick Dacos at 4.
Yeah. I think he gave him 1.
Yeah. Well, Sam Darcy.
What a
They're already calling him the unicorn. We've got a big book of stiff. Hello, Richard, at Valley View.
How are you, mate? All right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, loving the weekend's results. And, of course, that gives the Crows a 2-0 lead in the Showdown statistics. However, there was another showdown on the weekend, the Western Australian Showdown. And apparently FIVEAA moved within 5 games of West Coast, which means, and here comes the, book of stiff, you know what, which means next year, if FIVEAA win the 2 games against the West Coast and Crows win the 2 games against Port, the Western Australian derby will be the tightest for the first time ever, because the Crows will be 4 up and FIVEAA will be within 3.
Yeah, there's another one there. There's a bit of if, buts and candy nuts there, Richard, but you're right. The derby and the showdown.
It's been a long time for them to come and close that gap, hasn't it?
Oh, it has.
For FIVEAA. They've taken a long time to close it, and it's probably on the back of these past 5 years that West Coast have been struggling badly. It still doesn't look like recovering, does it?
I'll give you another one. There's been 5 massive blowouts between the Crows and Port and Showdowns. Crows have got 4 wins with them.
Oh.
It's a book of stiff.
There you go. That is a real
All right,
book
thank you for that.
Big's book of stiff.
So basically what you're saying is when Port stuff it, they really
stuff it.
Yeah.
They royally stuff it.
Johnny's been a bit hard on me. He said, I think Timmy's cat was in the firing line on Saturday night. And then he said, I reckon Timmy has your cat come back after Saturday night. Yeah. I actually got a funny story about that, John. Years ago, when my daughter, who's your age, Sam, she was only about 3, the cat actually got crook and we took it to the vet. And anyway, she said, where's Sophie? And she said, well, we had to take it to the vet. And we did. And anyway, they came back and said, yeah, it's over. And green dream and, that's that. Anyway, I'm not lying, about maybe 3 months later, I was cooking a barbecue and she came outside and she said, Dad, I said, what? She said, I'm really angry at that vet. And I said, why? Well, he still hasn't given Sophie back.
That's funny.
We forgot to have the chat about Sophie passing away.
That's
So,
funny.
Johnny, you're right. The cat's in the gun.
Oh, that's funny. Very, very poor parenting there.
Me, Timmy.
Hodgman kicked the wrong way at the start of the game. I think it was against Westies in 75 or 76. It was at Footy Park, and I think Glenn Hewitt marked and then kicked the goal. That's from Tony.
Tony, good.
Thank you, Tony. We put a shout out. Because I had a lot of texts. Kim Hodgman did exactly the same thing.
And Glenn Hewitt, of course, which is like his father, was a very good footballer, but he played forward for many years. I reckon he got close to 100 at Westies one year.
Oh, I reckon.
Yeah, he was a good player.
100 goals?
100 goals.
Well, I know he's played over 200 games.
And he, I
Wow.
reckon he got close to 100.
Good on him. Good on him. Well done. Hello, Dan, the man.
Good evening, Tim Rowey. I've just switched on, Roy. You'd be pretty happy like me. The Crows absolutely thumping Port Adelaide.
Oh.
I don't know whether it's an omen or not, but the margin was 98. What's the last year the Crows won the flag?
98. Could we? Dan. Could we? I like omens. I do like
If
a
they
good
come
omen.
off.
Well, that's true. They've got to come off.
You don't want to lose by 98 in the grand final.
God. Well, what about 119?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
What was
if
that
you're going to
text?
do it, make it 120, will you?
Oh, no, there was a text. What was it? Timmy's heart rate during the footy must have been 119 over 98.
Yes, that was smart. That was a smart
Very
one.
funny.
Again, I'll pay that one. I like good humour.
Good
Yeah, I
humour.
do.
Quick update from the appeals board. It's finally over. The Stephen May saga, which has lasted over a week and a half. Stephen May's appeal has been rejected. He will miss the remaining 2 matches of his 3-match ban because he already missed last weekend with concussion. So it's finally over. He's not going to play for 3 weeks for that run-through bump.
And so is the game. Just imagine if Stephen May was playing on the weekend, he might have very well intercepted that Naz mark.
Yeah, he would have had to run with his opponent, though, when they all went that side.
Well, he wasn't going to play
He's
regardless.
one of the best.
Yeah, I
but
don't think so. But
Well, that was another if-button candy nut.
It certainly was. It's 16 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Crows big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
If you've seen Aldi's low prices, you may have thought they're having a sale, but they're not. And here's how you can tell. If there was a sale, there'd be a horn going... Wee, 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 wee. And I'd be shouting, "It's a celebration!" as starbursts flash and confetti explodes. But there's no sale. Just low prices every day at Aldi on everything from fancy stuff like Liqueur neck firming cream to bread, milk and ankle grinders. Aldi, good different.
Kia's most awarded SUV, the 7-seat Kia Sorento. Available in petrol, diesel, hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains. Fine-tuned for Australian roads and conditions for all 7 passengers. To find out more, visit kia.com.au or visit your nearest Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Well. At By Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, the swear jar takes on a whole new meaning.
That it does. The By Urban swear jar is about the pledge to do everything possible to make your bathroom or kitchen renovation the experience that it can be, the best ever it can be.
Now, Sean's the guru of kitchens at By Urban. He's got over 30 years' experience. He swears to deliver the kitchen of your dreams with minimum fuss and interruption to your home. And that's important when you do a reno.
Correct. Oh, yeah, you don't want those nightmares happening. Now, Aaron and John are the plasterers for By Urban, and they both swear to clean up after themselves, so you'll never even know that they've been there. That's good.
And they're that good at plasterers, the painter doesn't complain.
No. Well, that is good.
Yeah, now that's good. They're good. They're real good. Now, for a team that swears to deliver on quality, on time, on service, all the time, see By Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. We give them the double thumbs up. They're simply the best. Adelaide's home renovation experts.
Direct from London's West End comes the moving and powerful story of Simon and Garfunkel. The songs that evoke an era.
Within the sound.
Don't miss the Simon and Garfunkel story. playing matinee and evening shows at the Norwood Concert Hall. Wednesday, August 20. Book now at Ticketek and the SimonandGarfunkelstory.com.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Get a free taste of SA from the 28th of July to the 3rd of August at Buy SA Week. Explore what's on at buysa.sa.gov.au.
Some things need an emergency department, but if you're umming and ahhing on what to do, it might be more of an emergency. If you're unwell and unsure what to do, call Health Direct on 1800 022 222 and a registered nurse will help you find the best care for you. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 20 minutes after 6 here on our Monday Footy Review Sample Show coming up with Matt Panos in just a moment, and we are calling on you to help 5AA shine a light on remarkable South Australians aged 70 and over. We're on the search for 7 sensational South Australians over 70 who continue to achieve, lead and inspire. If you know someone, nominate them now at 5AA.com.au. Recognise their outstanding contributions, all thanks to 5AA and ECH. If you want more retirement living and home care service choice from the one provider, get more choice with ECH.
All right, we always do the Adelaide Football League wrap, and we normally work our way through the divisions and find out what's happening. We've actually got the Division 1 BTR Excavations division, and we actually got a young fella here who follows this league like that. He is that close to us, not funny. Alex Cooch. G'day, Alex.
Hi, thanks. How are you?
All right. Now, can you tell us all about what happened in round 14 of Division 1 for the Adelaide Footy League?
I certainly can. Without further ado, I'll go straight into it. So the first game of the round, it was Salisbury North defeating Ross Trevor 6-14-50 to 6-7-43. Tyson Richard for Salisbury North had 2 goals, and Finn Lakin for Ross Trevor had 2 goals.
Wow.
At each of the breaks, Salisbury North led by 13. At half-time, Salisbury North led by 17. At three-quarter time, they only led by 5. And at full-time, they won by 7.
What a close one. That's a thriller. Absolute
Yeah,
thriller.
that was the second closest game of the round. Next one, we've got the biggest margin of round 14. It's Golden Grove 14-10-94, defeating 10th place Broadview 2-1-13. Golden Grove had a 4-way tie for leading goal kicker with 2 goals. And for Broadview, their only 2 goals came from the captain Cooper O'Leary and Choa Anyang, kicking 1 goal each.
Yeah,
at full-time, Golden Grove led by 12. At half-time, Golden Grove led by 32. At three-quarter time, Golden Grove led by 49. And at full-time, they led by 81 points, with Joshua Glenn getting best on ground.
Yeah, well,
it's a big
Broadview
last
steep.
quarter.
But the big one we want to know about, young Alex, is Prince Alfred taking on St. Peter's, Old Collegians.
So that one was the lowest score of round 14. St. Peter's had a 5-way tie, everyone kicking 1 goal, no more. And Craig Pitt for Prince Alfred, their only goal scorer, kicking 1. At each of the breaks, St. Peter's 13 at quarter time, St. Peter's 12 at half time, St. Peter's by 15 at three-quarter time, and lastly, St. Peter's by 26 points, it was 5-9-39 to 1-7-13.
1-7. Prince Alfred.
Yeah, poor old
That's
Nanny.
Neddy's team.
He'll have to answer that tomorrow night on the fishing show. What about at Port Districts at Largs Reserve? What happened in that game against Payneham Norwood Union?
The Port District, the home team, it was a bit of a weird game. They won by 59 points, Port District. Sam McKay kicked 5 goals and Tom Gray kicked 4. And for Payneham, Tom Wagner got 3. But here's where the weird stuff comes into play. At quarter time, Payneham were leading by 16. At half-time, Payneham were leading by 22.
Wow.
But then in the last half, Port District won by a combined margin of 74 points, which led them to a 59-point win.
Wow. So, they must have had a massive second half.
They certainly did. They were a very strong second-half team, Port District.
Wow.
The last game of the round was Glenunga, 4-4-28, defeating Sacred Heart, 4-3-27. Glenunga was huge underdogs coming into the game. It was at Sacred Heart as well, so huge upset there. Jordan Opperman got 2 goals for Glenunga, and Sacred Heart, it was a 4-way tie, leading goal kicker, everyone kicking 1 goal. At the break, quarter time, Sacred Heart were leading by 4. At half time, Sacred Heart were leading by 13. And then at 3/4 time, Glenunga were leading by 8. And finally, Glenunga won by 1 point. And that was the closest game of the round.
Wow, and they are in 7th position. We're looking at relegation because...
well, that's got Glenunga out of there.
Well, that's right. So Broadies are done. They haven't won a game.
Yeah.
Payneham Nord and Prince Alfred are fighting to not be in that relegation zone, Alex.
Percentage only.
What's your tip from here? Which one's going to survive of those two?
I feel that in Payneham, they won a stretch where they won all 3 games in a row. So I reckon it will be them, but as you said, Broadview, they're probably guaranteed relegation. They might even struggle to win a game this year. With their probably only win could be against Payneham in round, I'm pretty sure it's round 17. But after my grand final prediction, I've gone to St. Peter's, who are currently in 2nd place, versus Golden Grove, who are currently in 3rd place.
Oh, you're leaving Port District out of it, Alex.
Alex, that's a brave call, young man.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the ladder here as well. So, number 1, Port District, 59.76%. That's the biggest percentage by just under 3%. They're 11-3 with the second best offence and the best defence. Second is St. Peter's with 56.27%. They're also 11-3. They have the 5th offence and the second-ranked defence. Third is Golden Grove with 56.58%. They have the second highest percentage with a 10-4 record. They have the best offence in the league by a mile.
Wow.
And they're only ranked 6th in their defensive category. Next up is Ross Trevor at 4th. They have a percentage of 55.68. Then 9-5. They have the 4th best offence and the 3rd best defence. Salisbury North just currently sneaking in the 5. They have 54.66%. They're also 9-5. And they have the 3rd best offence and the 5th best defence. Sacred Heart, they were first early on in the season. They were 6-0. Now they're 9-5 in 6th place. And they have the 6th best offence and the 4th best defence.
That is the greatest... We're running out of time, young Alex, but that is the greatest cross we've had for our men's Division 1 BTR excavation since we've had this little segment. Now, if I was Sam, who sits opposite us, he'd be very, very nervous about you coming up through the ranks.
My job is in real doubt, Alex.
Young Alex. So you keep up the great work. When can we get you back on?
Next week will be great.
Sign him up.
I love it, Alex.
You're in.
Good
Alex,
work, mate.
good lad. That's great work. Well
Cleaned
done.
it up beautifully.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Well done. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
God, has he put some work into that?
Knew it inside out.
Well, he works each weekend on the Adelaide Footy League coverage, so if you're wanting to watch Match of the Round, you generally see Alex on the work.
So Alex calls it.
Yes, good commentator. I've seen him do some stuff with Channel 7, I believe, in the past as well. So,
there you go.
very talented young man.
Has he got the big mullet?
He does.
Yeah, and
rocking it.
There was a photo with him with, who won that Brownlow? Cripps.
Cripper?
Yeah, so is he a Carlton man?
You can get Alex back
Alex,
up. Find out
are
who
you
you
there?
go
You
for,
a
Alex.
Carlton man?
No, I'm actually a Crows fan.
Oh, you know, you've gone up. See, I thought for a second you'd be Carlton. I was going to just that's you're done. But you're how good were the Crows, Alex?
Oh, I was watching that Showdown. I was absolutely loving it.
Yeah, sorry, the segment's finished, Alex.
Timmy's a bit upset still, Alex. Don't take anything from him.
Good on you, mate. Well
done.
Good
Outstanding job. And if you want more information, visit adelaidefooty.com.au, the Adelaide Footy League, strengthening communities through footy. I'm loving the unique home-style food text line right now. There is so much love for him. There's JD said, sign him up for weekly updates, give the kid membership seats and the remaining AFL games. I love that. Everyone's getting around. A young talent who does a great job on the radio.
You do your homework and you talk with passion and you have a skip in your voice like Alex, you'll go a long way.
It is
I
time.
could listen to him.
Yeah. He knows his stuff. 28 after 6, it's time for us to get going. But next, we're going to talk all things Samford W Grand Final yesterday. Matt Panos in on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G.